I just have arms.
There we go. Alright. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 82 of Fall As They May. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out there today, away from the chaos that's going on outside. But yeah, we're back, and... Oh, hang on. I immediately have to mute myself.
So, where we, I can take control over this. Where we last left off, us as
We're
the favorite
about
few.
to die.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
Look at this man.
Fucking correct.
That shirt is prophetic, Jordan.
Alrighty. So anyway, last we left off, the favored few, after teleporting to Roselake to attempt to intercept and stop whatever sort of incursion was going on there, met up with a familiar ally in the form of Nathan, who was coming back from locating a location that he could begin moving civilians to. Upon making their way inside, they found that Roselake itself had been overrun by demonic forces similar to the ones that they had fought back in Lunaris. Managing, through a series of mixed stealth checks and luck, managed to make their way along the tree line into the more mountainous region of Roselake, where they met up with another friend of theirs and child of Gu, Bosco, now fully grown and able to wield lightning, the element of lightning, offered after speak with animals to assist the party in making their way to the central oak tree that served as the housing for the Archdruid. Upon making their way down, they found themselves glancing upon the visage of Bael, the Archdevil of War, and upon making it to the battlefield proper, were quickly confronted by Bael, where in one fell swoop managed to almost fell Gu with a single crush of his hand, seemingly as just a display of the power that he wields.
Goo be like...
Would be like goo.
And that's where we left off. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch us onto the battle map here. I'm also gonna turn up the music because apparently, last time, at least in the last episode, you couldn't really hear the music. So we're gonna fix that.
This is royalty free, right?
It sure isn't.
We're gonna get copyright claimed, Eric.
Luke, I want you to go onto our channel. Literally every video we have is pretty much copyright claimed. It doesn't matter.
Because I'm an idiot. Anyway, continue.
It will eventually.
Yeah, it will eventually, but for right now, we can use whatever music we want to.
I don't get bad muted like that one time, Eric.
Hey, that's only happened once. And as long as we keep talking, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fine.
So anyway, we left off with Bael's turn. Because I wanted to torture the party a little bit.
Yay!
Alrighty, so I had a few options that I wanted to go with. But I think this one is going to be the best one possible. Bael is going to use his innate spellcasting to cast Fly on himself.
Oh, good.
Ooh, ee.
So he doesn't need to worry about teleporting up in the air because he can just be there.
Yep, he can just be there.
Yep.
And with that movement, he's going to take some movement. He can fly 60 feet, and he is going to go ahead and move up to here. Up to here. Right there. At least I believe that's 60 feet from where he was. 10, 15, 20, 60. Oh, he can actually move. So, 50. Actually, he'll just go here.
No, everything doubled right now.
Yeah, that's counting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. See? 60 feet. And he will be flying up in the air. And David, you were 60 feet in the air, right?
30 feet up, 30 feet forward was when he last told you.
Okay.
If I recall correct.
Moving a diagonal to get in range of Weaslord, who got rid of his Hellfire engine. And yeah, that's gonna be his turn for right now. And then Ophelia.
Go with my thing doing a dash action.
Alrighty, so as it leaves range, Bael is going to take an attack of opportunity on you. Alright, and here it comes. So that's
a giant fish.
so that's going to be 28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits it.
He can't attack you because you're not the one moving. So the Pegasus is going to suffer 13 plus 7, 20 points of piercing damage, and 8, 12 points of necrotic damage from his hellish Morning Star.
Oof. Not great.
Okay,
All right, and then you can go ahead and move.
I can move up to 180 feet.
Yep. Run away.
Fucking off. Engage. Hey guys, I'm fucking off right now.
Yep.
You can get all the way up there.
Yeah, you can get to there if you want to.
Yep, I'm getting all the way over there.
All right. So I have to move your Pegasus. So as you get to about here, your Pegasus smacks into a barrier at the front of the tree.
Ooh, ouch.
Okay.
47 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, you take 100,000 points of bludgeoning damage.
I think this was the same issue we had with the church. With the, what was it that Ezreal called it? I would have said a Quetzalcoatl, but that's not it.
The Quetzalcoatl,
Yeah.
what?
The quaddle.
It's a quaddle. You know, the Jeffrey Stone.
You know, the completely useless spell that I had prepared for so long that I thought was gonna come in clutch, but it didn't.
I mean, Hallowed is a great spell, and the sad part is it really is just so situational.
Can I reach out and see if my hand can pass through the barrier, but not the horse?
As you go ahead and reach your hand out, you feel your hand cross across an initial barrier and then touch another.
I see.
Double layered.
You also, I'd say you also recall Nathan had told you that the Archdruid had put up a series of protection spells around the tree. So you're not quite certain as to what kind of spells they are, but you know that she's putting barriers up around this tree to protect people.
Okay. What can I do here?
Bust through.
You're busted in. David, you're busted in.
Ophelia busting through.
I'm not gonna be able to bust through. What do I have that will be helpful right now?
Is the music coming in through your end, David?
What?
Do you have? My question is, Luke, do you have the music up? Check your settings.
But I do
have the
have it
stream
up, but I'm
open.
also hearing a through someone's mic.
You have the stream open and your volume up.
I do not.
I checked myself. I just checked myself right now. I don't have the stream because usually I have it up in the background, but just to make sure we're still okay. But I don't have anything but I don't have it up right now.
Okay.
I had the stream off to the side, and it's muted.
Perhaps I'm just
My end.
going mad.
You
Continue.
might want to just
Or
triple check.
or it could be from me because I'm using my headset and I'm listening to something else, maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
so
gonna blast this thing with, I guess, a ray of frost.
which thing?
The Nazagon.
Oh, this one. Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll your attack.
OP. What's my plus to hit? Again.
You should just be able to click the spell and it'll fire the spell.
Should.
Click.
Oh, it's a plus 12. That's a
Jesus
20 to hit.
Right.
20 to hit. A 20 will just hit.
Nice.
Okay.
And that is 48. Nice.
Nice.
48.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is in 48 points of cold damage?
No, as in dice.
Okay. You need to learn to enunciate because I heard 48, not 4d8.
I think that's the fatal flaw of D. That's like the who's on first of D&D.
True.
I told it was on second.
Who's on first?
22 points of cold damage.
22 points of cold damage. Alrighty. Anything else for you, Ophelia?
No, that's all I got.
Alright.
Actually, no, I heal my horse.
Alright, at the end of your turn, Bael's going to use a legendary action, and he's just going to bamf right next to you.
That's
Boop.
nice of
Of course.
That's really nice of him.
Because
I'll do
someone made themselves a single target.
that. Liquid
Uh-oh.
egg.
Trian's turn. Let's see.
By Chris.
Bye, Chris.
Just crush these two. That's all we need.
10, 10, 20, 30, 40. And then, yeah, this one's gonna do Crushy Crush. 2 attacks. I need to get my monster manual out really quick. Because I don't remember offhand how much damage these treants do, but I do remember they don't do magical damage. Even though they are literally sentient trees.
They don't have magic fists like goo?
Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
somehow they don't have magical fists, and yet they can use magic to animate other trees. Explain how that fucking works, Wizards of the Coast.
I mean, just because you're a wizard doesn't mean you can punch someone magically.
That's fair. Alright, so
I would say that
that
is true.
So that's
There
a
are
natural,
golems.
so that's a natural 20 and a 22 for this treant. This one over here.
Ooh, that's rough. Get him.
Alrighty. So we've got slam attack. That's gonna be. Actually, I just realized this treant doesn't actually need to move. He can move back. So it's gonna be 13. 25, 28 plus 6, 34 halved, unfortunately, but still 17 points of damage for the first hit. Second hit is 10 plus 6, 16 halved. This Maragon's looking pretty damn hurt. That magical resistance is giving him just enough. So this tree is actually going to go ahead and just... You watch it reach down into the actual ground, breaking the soil. It grips its hands around something, and you watch as it pulls a massive stone out from the ground, and is just going to huck it at one of the Maragons.
Yeet!
Boom. Okay, that's gonna be a 19, which does hit. So that's 4d10 plus 6. These things are like treants are fucking monsters, dude.
Pretty excellent.
They make for great guardians. That's gonna be 14 plus 16, so 30. Plus 6, so 18 points of damage to this Maragon. Any of these injured? Big Treant's gonna try to destroy one of the other Maragon. Just try to say Maragon. Alright, I rolled another critical.
Yeah.
Sadly, I missed with the second attack, though. But that's still another net 20. 14 plus 8, 22, 26, 13. Very hurt is that Maragon. And then the final Treant.
Oh, they're off on the right side, so the two on the side.
Okay. Final Treant is actually going to... I think he's in range. No. So what he's going to do is he's going to shift a bit. Like that. And I think that puts him in range. He needs to be... wait, no, I think it's in range. Yes, it is. He is going to use his animate tree to spawn another Treant.
We're not fighting these things.
Yep. You could have been if you hadn't come here with Nathan at the first time.
Ooh.
Oh man, treants are so much fun. And that's going to be the end of the treant's turn, which brings us to Bael potentially using a legendary action. Sure. Why not? We'll attempt that. Bael is going to attempt to charm Ophelia.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he is,
Either
he's kind of hot.
So
The
he's
question
gonna.
is
so
this
he's-
innate? Is it an ability?
This is innate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Figured.
However, because of the situation, David has advantage on the save. But Bael will look at you, Ophelia, and he's gonna say, "Come now. You really think you have any shot of survival here? Fight alongside me, and you may very well save your pathetic life." Which is the best an Archdevil can do to try to be flattering. So I believe it's a Wisdom saving throw against Charm Person. I'll double check. It makes sense that it's a Wisdom saving throw, but I'm just gonna double check because funnily enough,
Wisdom saving
hardly
throw.
ever use the spell Charm Person.
Yes, it is. You are correct. It is wisdom saving throw.
A Wisdom saving throw, and
because
yes, he gets advantage because you guys are in the middle of combat. So Wisdom saving throw, please, David.
One, or let's see my other roll. 24?
24. All right, so you do manage to save. Did you use a portent to do that?
No. You said I had advantage, right?
Yes, I'm asked. That's
Yeah.
what I'm asking. Did you? Because I was saying you were
No,
saying
I
what are
didn't
my
use
other
portent.
rolls, so I was wondering if you use a portent.
No.
Okay. Yep. 24. All right. So Bael fails to charm you. Okay. Cool. And now we're gonna go on to the Maragon.
I hate to ask, but what about our friends at the top left? Have they rolled initiative yet?
Oh, thanks. I would have completely forgotten about them.
I know you
Hey,
would have.
hey, teacher, didn't we have homework?
Shut the fuck up,
Hey, you know
Jordan.
what? Hey, you know what? I respect Jordan's honesty.
I don't.
He's being a good man.
Honest.
If I was gonna say, if this is a situation where we're just gonna have our asses kicked, I'd rather have ass kicked.
I'd rather have it be
in a-
handedly.
Yeah.
You're right. They didn't. So it's actually they rolled a 13. So they're gonna go after the Maragon here. Let's see. These Maragon are going to go 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Recall I did say that these were just slopes. I'm just counting these as slopes, so they can be easily traversed. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Alrighty, that's all of them. This Maragon actually is not in range of a CR 7 or higher creature, so only gets 2 attacks. Is this one? Alright, so only one of these Maragon get 3 attacks. So 2 attacks from the first Maragon. Those are both gonna hit. And deal 14 damage. That Treant is like on its last fucking legs. This Maragon. 2 attacks. Both are gonna miss, however, with a 3 and a 4. And then this poor Treant's just gonna get wailed on. We'll start with the normal 2 attacks. It's cocked. Okay, first Maragon misses. Second Maragon. 1 attack hits. Does 11 damage. Is that enough to fell the Treant? How much health does the Treant have? No, the Treant is up with 1 hit point.
Yeah, what a Chad.
So another Treant. So the first attack from this one is going to fell this Treant. And then all of them are going to go 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. We are going to march. And then Bearded Devil. Let's see what you can do, Bearded Devils, because I don't ever actually use you.
Oh, fun.
Based in the
Teacher
fight-
had homework
fighting
and
of us.
also didn't.
Oh, no.
Never
I
mind.
looked at them, but I didn't remember if they had a ranged attack or not, which they don't. I think I would assume they would assume that Bael can handle this. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And that's with a dash. Nathan.
With a dash.
My plan to move toward the tree has been thwarted by the presence of the guy I'm terrified of in front of the tree. So,
Remember, you get to repeat that saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
it's true. So he'll look back at Ezrael and be like, Ezrael, to the tree as fast as you can manage. And because he can't actually move forward, he is going to do Shadow of Moil.
Nice.
And then, man, he really cannot do a whole lot right here.
Hey, man, you got Crown of Stars.
Yeah, I do. I have Crown of Stars. I'm more thinking like in terms of moving toward my destination.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Okay. So there is still the, I guess the creature riding the nightmare, was that dispatched last time?
I don't believe so. He is pretty hurt, though, and so he's fairly hurt, though, and so is the Nightmare.
Okay, so I'll go after the rider.
Alright.
And I no longer have disadvantage, so just straight roll. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
Oh, sorry, no, I forgot. Dreadful just ends at the end of your turn. Or at the start of Bael's turn.
Oh, I see. So it's not a saving throw. I can just move.
It's as a bonus action, Bael can appear dreadful until the start of his next turn.
Oh, okay.
So
never mind
basically,
then.
so when Bael's turn comes again, you will no longer be frightened of him.
Okay. And he used that a couple of turns ago, which is why, like, he didn't seem to use that last turn.
Oh, you're right. He didn't. So you're good.
All right, that works then. So instead of doing the bonus action to do Crown of Stars, I'm just going to use bonus action dash and then my movement and get 50 feet toward the tree. And I use my action to cast Shadow of Moil.
Alrighty. So as Nathan begins moving Ezreal, you watch as he pulls out that little shell that he had last time. And as he concentrates into it and open it, there is almost this tendril of shadow that begins wreathing its way around his body, so much so to the point that as he kind of opens his eyes within it, his eyes give off this soft, dull glow against the darkness as he begins moving forward almost like a shade with the shadows around him.
Oh, Reaper joke.
Reaper joke.
The important thing is that he is heavily obscured to others.
Yes.
It's not heavily obscured unless you see through magical darkness. It's heavily obscured.
Exactly. And that brings us to Ezreal. However, before your turn, Ezreal, do we want to use last legendary action?
Run out of them.
Sorry. This is options here, people. Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
Leave me alone.
Great.
Upgrades.
Leave the wizard alone. How?
Then-
What do you think this is?
What the fuck do you think this is? Yeah, Bael will do that. Sure, why not? So Bael reaches back to that point that you have that orb, Ophelia. Reaches back and where you have the Hellfire engine banished, who will crush his hand, and you will watch as the Hellfire engine will appear again.
Yay!
That's not good.
No, not particularly.
Boom.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything is epic.
Yep.
Let's go.
Here we go.
All right, Bosco. Oh,
Let's
sorry,
go.
Ezreal. Ezreal, go. Sorry, I forgot. I apologize. Ezreal, you skip your turn, you fall asleep.
Okay. Epic.
You sit down to have
Bosco.
you sit down, you have a coffee.
Yeah.
It's you time right now, Ezreal.
I'm run there.
You am run there.
I'm run there.
Alrighty. Now it's Bosco's turn.
Cool. Bosco. Oh wait, it's double movement field. Fuck. I don't know his speed. Hold on.
His speed should be 40, if I recall.
Bosco me.
You can take a bonus action to dash.
Yep, as long as he's moving towards an enemy.
Ooh.
2, 3, 40. Or you don't have to take the bonus action. Fuck that guy, and I don't have my dice out because my brain is fried this week.
What happened? Just long days at work?
Something like that, yeah.
Oof.
Did a woman come in and say...
David knows what I did, and I'm not happy about it, but I had to do it.
What did he do, David?
Probably something we can't talk about on the stream, which is why he's dodging the question.
No. I lost my Genshin Impact account, and I had to start over.
Yeah. That's right, you had to restart, like, in its entirety.
Okay, so the first attack is a fucking 16. Mr. GM.
A 16? 16 doesn't hit. Also, by the way, he's not doing that because that's concentration. And he has a high intelligence, so would know not to do that. The DM is stupid, man.
What's going on?
Nothing. Continue.
Okay. The second one is a 23.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Bosco's attacks are
That's
magical,
good.
by the way.
Okay.
I feel like I didn't put that.
Are magical or are or aren't?
Did I mark them down as magical? If I didn't, then it's only the lightning damage that does magic.
Okay.
Okay, that's the bite.
Will he be biting though?
Oh boy, 9 points of slashing damage.
All right, and lightning.
No, that's the bite from the first one. That's the only one that has lightning. Everything else is
His claw should do lightning
flat.
damage.
Oh, it's 3 attacks.
Oh, okay. All right, 9
Oh, it
points.
actually, yeah, I know it's 3 with its claws.
Yeah.
It's only the bite that does lightning.
Oh, okay.
And 1 with a tail, which is a DC fucking. I do that.
15. That's a
No,
fail.
not 15. DC 15 for the saving throw.
That's a
Oh,
fail.
that's good. Okay, it's 17 to hit.
17, that misses.
Oh wait, no, 19.
18.
18.
18 just hit. Get your math right, Chris.
Sorry, it's early in the day and my coffee's sitting right there waiting for me to drink it.
Then drink it.
14. 19 points of whatever damage this is, because it doesn't say, it just says damage.
Gee, I wonder what a tail attack does for damage, guys. Who could possibly imagine? Pierce, yes, good job, David. Actually, it does necrotic damage.
Poison damage.
I thought it would be bludgeoning because it's like a.
Coated in
Beat.
That's the
poison.
joke.
No, it's force damage. Makes sense. You're forcing them.
All right, Daytona.
Uh-huh. This is problematic. I do need to cut through, but I don't think Chain Lightning is going to be a good call here.
Also, I forgot to attack with the screen up here, so in the spirit of fairness, I'm not going to attack with the Narzagon on the next turn.
They're just staring at each other menacingly.
I'm gonna say they both attacked, but it was that anime moment where like they're just kind of dodging and blocking each other's attacks.
It went ching, and the sword of the Narzagon went into like the fucking arm for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, spirit of fairness. They will not be attacking each other this round.
I gotta handle this guy in front of me before I can get to Ophelia. And Ophelia's in a corner. Damn it. Okay. So I might just have to do snap ecstatic again. But let me see if I can't aim it in such a way that I can. No, I probably can't hit that one off the side, can I?
Which one?
This little bugger over here.
What's the radius?
It's a 20-foot Well, if it's a 20-foot radius, that
That's
means
a negative. Because 20 feet off of... Well, yeah, from right here. 20,
Yeah.
20...
So I can hit that guy, but
20,
I also
20.
don't have anything to do with that.
Doesn't this guy have reach or whatever, and then you can just move yourself?
I could like if it kills that guy, like yeah, I could move forward slightly. But
No, I
even
thought this guy had reach or something. Was he? Or am I retarded?
like I
I
think
don't know.
the
I don't know,
Maragon.
David. Are you?
I think the Maragons have reach.
I know the
I'm not sure if
Marigons have reach.
he has reach.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if he has reach.
Part of my gut says like that's Lancer territory. So yeah, that might be the play here. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit snap ecstatic so I can hit
Can't your
both
horse
the
just
Maragon,
disengage action?
the
Maragon,
Rider,
Night-
and
Yeah.
the Nightmare. So that'll
Alright.
be an intelligence saving throw for all of them.
Intelligence saving throw for the Maragon is a fail. Intelligence saving throw for the Narzagon. Let's see. Narzagonian. It's okay. So that's gonna be a 20. Exactly 20.
My spell save DC is 19.
And then
Oh, the
Nightmare
horse.
doesn't. And then Nightmare doesn't get advantage. I
Yeah!
think that's
I lost a D6.
Jordan. You can't do that.
Well, a little late. So hold on a minute here.
11.
11.
Believe it or not, nightmares do not have a negative intelligence, but that's still a fail.
19, 22, 25, 26, plus 27 points of psychic damage on a fail, and on a save, that's
13.
13.
Alrighty.
And they're all still standing, aren't they? Son of a
They
bitch.
sure are. The Narzagon looks pretty hurt, though.
Do I want to risk it?
You?
And so does the Nightmare. Like, both of them look fairly hurt.
Mm. No, I can't risk it. I'm sorry. That's.
Or are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
move?
stay right where I am. No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna move.
Can't you
Alright.
disengage with your horse?
I don't think that's.
You can.
That's a question, DM.
You can.
Can
You,
It's its
you
own
can.
creature.
Because it's its own creature, and you're being forced to move. So, you're not the one that's moving, so it's not an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you could have done that, and then you could have done the synaptic static and hit all three.
I don't think I would have been able to hit all three of them with.
No,
that
not with
still.
the 20-foot
So anyway.
radius.
But anyway, but no. If it is allowable, I'll have
It's been
on
allowable.
Hornets. I'll have Hornet as his action. Take disengage, and we'll move.
Have you not
60
done this?
feet.
I feel like you've done this before.
I've not.
Okay.
This is the first time I've actually had any mounted combatant territory, so this is
Okay.
all new for me.
All right. So yes, If Hornet
So-
disengages, he's forcing you to move, so you don't get attack of opportunity, and Hornet is safe to move.
10, 20. Once again, I think I'm gonna be in bad territory, but this is what's gonna have to happen. So for 60 feet of movement, that's where Daytona and Hornet are gonna land.
Okay. Sounds good. And then it's Goose turn.
It's me.
Everyone knows
Right
it's
here.
Goo.
That's it.
Bonus activation and turn on my Boots of Fast Person mode.
Alrighty.
And then
Goo
probably
jumps
get
up. Goo jumps up in the air and claps his heels and goes meep meep.
Hell yeah. I wish I was that ridiculous of a character right now. And I'll go there, and I'll just start fucking wailing on this bitch.
Alrighty.
It's only 2 attacks because I
Because meep.
took my bonus action.
Yep, because you meep.
That's 22, no, 26, and an 18.
26 hits.
18, I assume, doesn't.
I would have told you if it did.
That's fair.
The armor class of a Narzagon is
Give me
20.
my moves.
Funnily enough, and I'll say this, Bael has a lower
14.
armor class than a Narzagon.
Dude,
Well,
he's
he,
a man
he wants
of
to get hit.
Yeah.
He's a man of action. Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
Man of action that also can heal at every turn, if we recall.
Oh boy. 16 points of goo damage, 2 of which are radiant, and that's about all I can do for the day,
Oh,
friendos.
Alright, Narzagon. This Narzagon's gonna hit a quick reset button here, and he's going to use his heal ability to fully heal himself, because he can go up to 100 points. But he can only do that once. And considering you did that much damage to him in 2 rounds, I don't think it's gonna matter that much.
I'll just die.
Nightmare. Nightmare, funnily enough, unlike other things, is literally at the mercy of its rider, and its rider is vengeful. So the Nightmare is going to attack you. Such is the method of putting an infernal spike into a Nightmare. Unfortunately, that's not a miss. That's only a 15.
Yay.
However, yeah, that's all it's gonna have in there. For that Narzagon, we have another Narzagon over here. However, that's going to have to dash to get up with the Nightmare to get up here. Boom, and then 2 attacks. I apologize if anybody can hear the stupid cat outside my window, outside my door, who's mewing.
Kitty's a
say
good
anything.
character.
No,
My
she's
cat already
annoying.
appeared on
No,
the
she's
screen.
annoying and she eats my wires. That's why I don't let her in my room. Go away, Milo.
You have a cat? I didn't know you had a cat.
Apparently talkative because I just heard it.
But there's 2 cats, yes.
Aw.
So funny thing about treants.
They are trees and therefore can catch fire.
Yeah, they're vulnerable to fire damage. Who would have guessed? So that's gonna be 16 points of piercing damage, and then here comes the 3d10 that gets doubled because they're vulnerable to fire.
Yep.
18 doubled to 36 points of fire damage.
Hey, we just come from a plane that's just covered in fire
Yeah, just
and
come from a
brimstone
plane.
and just continual heat. I hope
Exactly.
you don't mind me just touching you real quick.
Touch. Don't touch. And as I said, because I forgot this treant, then the Narzagon is also not going to attack. They're anime battling right now, and it's Bael's turn. Bael wants his Hellfire engine back, David. So he's gonna swing it. He's gonna swing at you twice with his Hellish Morningstar.
So one of them is a nat 1.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll go ahead and roll a d100 to see what happens. Let me go ahead and pull out the fumble chart.
Just one of your not Minotaur toes.
Let's see.
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
Okay. Okay, that's stupid. So the thing that I rolled, the thing that I rolled was shattered. Which is your weapon breaks if it's a non-magical weapon, which doesn't affect him. So I'm gonna reroll to be nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so David, your next attack ability check or saving throw, you on the next turn, you get an extra d6 on. Until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
And then this is going to be the second attack. So that's going to be a 29 to hit.
Who would have guessed that hit me?
You made him miss once, and now he is angry.
Yeah, I can imagine he's angry.
He is angry boy.
A bit of an angry boy.
It's 15 points of piercing damage alongside 10. 17 points of necrotic damage, so 32. Your DC to beat is 16 for your banishment.
How much damage total?
It was 32, so 16.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's kind. I rolled a 17 standard.
Okay. Alright, so you are good. You do not release the Hellfire engine. And it's your turn, Ophelia.
My thing disengages.
Sure. Run away!
Okay. I'm gonna stand behind the tree and... Can the tree obscure my vision? Like...
It is a huge creature. However, you are flying on a divine horse.
You are still 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, and you are still 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, like, can I ride in a way where it obscures my vision from Bael?
Sure. I'd say if you want to use your action to make a stealth check, sure.
No.
Fire on the back of the tree.
I would say, though the treant is a massive figure, it's constantly moving as it is in the middle of a battle. So you cannot without a stealth check, you're not going to be able to reliably use it as a way to hide yourself.
Okay, let's see here. Can I make this fucking wall around me? Not a wall, a fucking...
Were you planning on encasing you two in a dome to fight it out? What's the game plan here?
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
How big is Bael?
Bael's huge.
Hewig.
What does that be? Is he...
that means he's bigger. That means he's bigger than 10 feet.
How big is he?
I think I said he was 15, 16 feet tall.
How big is he?
The size of like some of the larger Kodiak or grizzly bears that we've seen.
Oh my god, why is he so big? Oh my god, this fucking spell is not gonna work against him. God damn it. Also, how much damage did I take again? I didn't...
36. Oh, 32. Okay. 32.
It was fire damage, or was it necrotic
No,
damage?
it was bludgeoning and it was piercing and necrotic damage.
Okay, I can't block that. Let's see.
Ha! Fool! I found your weakness. You can't,
Damn it.
You can't absorb elements on necrotic damage. Necrotic isn't an element.
Should be.
Yes,
Yeah.
the 5 elements of the Avatar. Earth, water, wind, air, dead people. I may have missed fire.
Wind and air.
Okay, first of all,
dead, not even fire.
First of all, the
No
5
fire,
elements
just
is
dead
earth,
people.
fire, wind, water, and heart.
Heart.
God damn it!
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, so heart actually means your hearts. Necrotic.
I'm gonna say over...
I would pay good money. I'm sorry to keep interrupting, but I would pay good money to see someone make an animatic where Aang goes up to Fire Lord Ozai and goes, Kalema, Kalema.
I took away your bending and your ability to pump blood into the rest of your body.
Holy shit!
I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry.
Are you?
If I were to prismatic wall around myself, would he still be in it? Or would he not be in it?
He'd be on the opposite side of it.
I'm just gonna... My horse has got a disengage over here,
Uh-huh.
and I've got prismatic wall.
Over where, ping it?
Like, around, like,
The other side of
right...
the tree, yeah.
Yeah.
Right here?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, Bael is going to attempt to counterspell.
I see.
No attempt from you, since you're gonna try to encase yourself in a
Can I
prismatic
counterspell
dome.
or no?
It is innate. It is his innate spellcasting.
This innate bullshit.
So that's a
Getting sick of it.
14 plus his charisma, which is a plus 7. So that's a 21.
Charisma plus 7?
Plus 7.
I knew it. He's a hot monster.
He's a pretty charismatic. I mean, to be fair, he is literally the archdevil that leads an entire army of archdevils against demons. You kind of have to be charismatic to be that kind of leader.
And it's also one of the reasons why it's part of the big three. Whenever you are a warlock, it's a devil, archfey, and then fucking I forgot what the third one was.
Fiend.
Great old one.
The great old one, yeah.
Eldritch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you sort of
60 feet. He's just barely in range of you.
Yeah, and that breaks my
And
thing.
that breaks your because it's a 21, yeah. So he can only counterspell at the 3rd level, but the fact that he has such a buffed charisma.
Well, there goes my 9th level.
innate spellcasting can't be countered.
Nope,
Yeah,
because
20,
he's not making any motions. He's not making any.
Yeah, innate spellcasting. He doesn't
It's-
have to use. He doesn't have to use components to do it.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I was just
Yeah.
confused. 'Cause I know that like you can counterspell wands and stuff, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because innate spellcasting literally does not require him to do anything. It's more or less, it's just he has this presence, and that's why I described it when he did his 8th level inflict wounds. It wasn't him casting a spell, it was just him grabbing Goo in his mitt and just crushing him.
Yep. Yeah, he just thinks about it and does
Yeah, he
it.
just thinks about it and it happens. He's so powerful.
Yeah, like everyone jokes, like that's what bards do. No, innate spellcasting. That's literally willpower.
Yeah.
Master hand looking ass.
I am willing my fist to crush every bone in your body. Okay. Anything else, Ophelia? You can
Heal
still
myself.
move. You can still move. Your thing has more movement.
Yep, I should have moved more. Oh well.
You can. You can split your movement.
Yeah, so let's see how much. That's 50 feet that I.
Anyone who
moved, right?
says that splitting movement is a bad mechanic is fucking lying to themselves. There are people that legitimately are like, I don't like that you can split movement. Like, once you move, you can't move anymore. It's like, no, it allows you to be more tactical with your movement.
We
I
all
guess I'll
know
move
that if,
like right here.
we all know that if you start walking and
And
then
I'll
open
heal
up the
myself
door,
for.
Yeah, then you just
have to
can't.
stand there.
Exactly, you just can't move anymore.
The door just absorbs it all.
For 15 HP, not bad. Can I move like right here?
Yeah, you're basically moving up on the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
You move the horse, remember?
There you go.
I'm gonna say over comms there is a barrier here that I can't get through.
Yeah. So you guys will all hear Ophelia tell you that she can't get. There's a barrier she can't move through.
Can't you misty step?
I can't.
Alrighty. So, end your turn, Ophelia. Pop.
Hello.
Why do you do this to yourself? Why are you going?
Treant's turn. Now the Treant up here will actually get the opportunity to fight. It's amazing, guys.
Yeah.
I gotta say, your allies are on fire tonight. It's a natural 20 and a 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What a Chad ass tree, dude.
Good
Better
shit.
than me.
Alrighty. So, Treant strike. Why can't the enemies roll this well?
Shut up, Eric.
Stop praying for
I'm
our
allowed
downfall.
I'm allowed to have dreams.
Stop praying for our downfall, Eric.
10, 19, 25, and Narzagon, I don't believe are resistant to non-magical. They're just really fucking buff. Not that resistant. I tried, guys. And then second attack. 14 reduced to 7. Okay. I will ask you guys, do you want this treant to try to kill this Maragon, or do you want him to focus on the Narzagot?
I would think of the
This
better
one?
play is to eliminate the weakest enemy as fast as possible.
2 attacks
Means
on the
less
Maragon.
attacks on you.
That's a natural 1 and a 21.
Natural 21.
32. Dropped weapon, doesn't matter. Now, do I commit a double standard here where I let your allies get away with stuff that doesn't affect them when I didn't let the villains get away with something that wouldn't affect them? Or do I roll again?
Hold on a minute, I appear to have dropped my tree arm. Let me get that real quick.
I'm gonna roll again.
Go do it.
You hate when you just drop your arm in the middle of combat.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, I hate that.
It's so
Shook yourself
embarrassing.
up. You were stunned for 1 round.
Great.
The tree has stunned itself somehow. How does a tree stun itself? Now
Oh
I'm
my
confused.
god, my arm!
Wait, are they immune to stun? They might be. That's actually a thing you can be immune to.
I'm cool.
The sight of their arm falling off is just fun.
No,
Like,
yeah,
how did that
unfortunately.
happen?
Unfortunately, no.
Ah, termites.
Oh crap! Termite!
Alright, so this one's gonna move up to try to help its ally. Both of those are gonna hit. I would have moved him to the Maragon, but he doesn't have enough range. 16... 24 plus 10 is 34 halved to 17. That wasn't a crit, I just hit twice. Maragon. Doop. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Actually, you can just move to this one. So this is going to be 9 attacks on the treant. Because Maragon are fun. 1 hit. Okay, when I said why can't they roll a crit, I didn't mean give me 2 criticals.
Well, nope, you asked for it, so here it is.
Alright, the
there.
other attacks miss. All the other attacks miss. So this is 2 crits and a hit. Luckily, they don't do fire damage, so this treant may yet live. Perhaps. Plus 6 on each. Plus 6, so plus 18 to whatever I roll here. That was a 4. 4, 8, 16, 28. 29, 30, 47. So 99. Okay. This one is gonna go 10, 20, 30. This one is gonna be 3 attacks against this treant. You know, I love these little like fodder things, but like Jesus fucking Christ, having to do 3 attacks for each of them. All those are gonna miss the treant. This one will get up from prone.
I mean, there's a simple solution for that, Eric.
Simp. Simp.
Simp. Simp?
Samp.
3 attacks. 2 attacks on Bosco, because that's the one that was doing the most damage, and that's gonna miss.
Yeah.
3 attacks against Yugo.
Okay.
1 hit.
Okay.
Take 7 points of piercing damage, Goo.
Okay.
Alrighty, now it is Bearded Devil. Let's see.
Okay.
So these 2 are gonna go... Hang on. So this one's going to go 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. But that's their dash action, which means they cannot do anything against you this turn.
Yep.
And then this coming turn is when the portal spawns again.
What respawns again?
I'm keeping track of when the portal reopens, because it doesn't spawn as much as the one in Lunaris because of the random movements. Nathan.
All right.
Show me what you've got.
I think the Narzagon, I'm going to aim for that because...
Alright, it is fresh, but the Nightmare is incredibly hurt.
The Narzagon that's next to Goo?
The Narzagon healed itself.
Right.
So it healed itself for 100 hit points.
Right, and the Nightmare does... Okay,
No,
yeah.
The Nightmare does not heal. The Narzagon has to choose what it heals, and it chose to heal itself because it's a greedy bastard that doesn't care about its mount.
That's fair.
What an asshole.
Because you see, there's riders like Dayton who, form a bond with their mount, and they're friends and they care about each other. And then there's Narzagon who take an infernal spike and jam it into a Nightmare's back until it hits its heart and forces it into servitude.
Yay.
Yeah, that's not really right. Okay, well, I'm going to, I think, go Eldritch Blast on the Nightmare first then, so 4 blasts.
Sounds good. Remember, you can divide them, so go ahead, you can roll this out one at a time.
So one at a time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 16 on the die.
Okay, that'll hit.
Yeah, okay. So one at a time. Sorry, been a little while. Okay. That's impressive. Okay, anyway. I should just remember my modifiers. Apologies. Okay, so 7 for the first.
Okay, the Nightmare's still up, but
Second one,
getting
that
to
was
the
in that
end.
one, so luckying it. Okay, much better.
I'm gonna guess halfling luck, not lucky.
Yeah, it's the halfling luck.
Yeah.
It's actually called lucky, sadly. Yeah, lucky, the halfling racial.
Yeah.
So, okay, that was 8.
8 to hit.
Oh no, 8 damage.
Oh, okay. So the Nightmare dissipates as it strikes in. The Nightmare almost fizzles away in a cloud of ash. It was on the ground though, so all that happens is as I shrink down the Narzagon to its medium form, as it's only the rider remaining.
Okay, so in that case, the next one will go after the Narzagon.
Small little man, aren't you?
He's a medium creature.
It works for me.
It's his mount that's large.
Okay,
Yep.
so 26, I hope hits.
26 will hit. No, just because you asked, it doesn't hit.
14 force damage,
14 force damage. All right.
and that's a crit.
Hey! Pew, 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 pew.
Finally.
Auto biggles.
Bagels.
I'm basically double checking that I took the Eldritch Invocation. I think I did because I want to make sure that I'm not like cheating there.
Psh. Hey, man. Chris
Okay,
cheats
yeah,
all the time. Don't worry about it.
What are you talking about?
Okay, actually did not take Agonizing Blast, so I should remove 12 from that.
Okay, it's still enough to kill the.
Yeah, and the crit is still 16.
Okay, we'll just count the damage as is for now, and we'll remember it for next time because I don't want to go back and retcon everything.
Yeah, so that's fine. And then the Narzagon is still alive, so I'm going to also target it with Crown of Stars.
Alrighty.
Okay. Let's see. That's 25.
25. That'll hit.
Okay. And then I'm just actually going to roll the same like damage from before using roll 20 because it's just easier.
Sure.
29 radiant.
29 radiant damage. Very nice. Very nice.
And then I begin my moving, and twice before I move forward, only moving 2 instead of 3, so I'm just going to move 3 to start evening it out.
So,
I head towards the tree.
just as another descriptor, so as you are literally encompassed in the shadow, making it incredibly hard to even see him, Ezreal, there's just these faint trickles, almost like when you see like lightning, like a lightning storm, where the lightning crashes within the cloud. There's just these little specks of radiant energy that just flicker out from within, and as he fires a crown of stars, there's literally a rocketing bolt of radiant energy out of the cloud.
Cool.
And that's my turn. Continue moving toward the tree, and I'm done.
Alrighty. As
I
Easy money.
everyone here.
Easy real.
You didn't want to move up 30 feet and see what you could do? Or you're just
And
rushing
die.
like
Oh
I
my
am?
god. What happened? What are all these?
they're bearded devils. They spawned around 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, it's the one where Jordan was like, "Hey, DM, you remember these guys?" And he's like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah, I hate you all. That's what.
They all look fun.
By the way, I'm deleting these two. By the way, I'm deleting 2 of the Maragon because once again I forgot to attack with these 2 trades, but they would do enough damage on 1 hit to kill. So.
Good shit.
Wow, shit. I already moved.
I was gonna say, do you know where you were and you want to take a step back, or?
Can
If you move
mean,
like
you were
one
here.
step to the right,
You were here.
yeah.
if you move like one step to the right, then I think you get a whole bunch of allies in the 30-foot radius,
Yeah.
like Daytona, the Mount. Goo.
No, I would be just
Yeah.
out of range.
But I couldn't do an action then. Thank you, Eric.
So what's your action? Counter spell?
I don't have counter spell.
No, I'm saying I counterspell you.
Is that so?
I'm joking.
Is that
Just
so?
do what you're gonna do. None of these things have counterspell.
Unfortunate.
Except Bael, who's currently chasing your wizard.
And if you want to know where Bael is currently, Luke, they are around the tree, just kind of flying up there.
Okay, so you can cast it within 60 feet.
God damn it! I forgot it was fucked up.
It's 10 feet, 10 foot squares.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I mean, if Dayton is okay taking a blast, you're literally going to hit every single bearded devil.
I can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would not be able to
Christ.
make you give that judgment call. That'd be on you.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a fire damage spell, oh, wait, don't do
it's
fire.
It's
a
not,
fire
it's a
damage.
radiant damage spell.
Well, good luck to you.
No, I can't. God damn it.
I was wondering, were you just planning to get within 30 feet of Daytona? Because Holy Aura, like if they attack Daytona or the Mount, then they could be blinded.
I mean, I can't get up there without doing an action, and Jordan wants me to do an action.
That's fair.
All right. But it's still an option.
You know what you could do, Luke?
What?
Summon a
70 feet.
claw.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
I summon the claw.
That's just
Maybe if you prepare gate, you can fucking.
5th level guiding bolt.
Oh god, dude, gate here. Oh god, what would you even summon?
I don't know. I don't know.
The thing is, what would you summon that gives a shit enough to like help you?
Talon.
Summon tell us where am I?
Luke.
What am I doing here?
Luke.
Hey,
Gate.
look, there's an archdevil over there. Get him.
Gate allows you to get fucking anything in the history of the fucking D&D existence. You
But
don't
what's
waste
gonna
gate on
listen to
Talon.
us?
I mean,
What's gonna listen
theoretically
to us?
speaking,
First
I
of
mean,
all-
theoretically speaking, if you summon a celestial, you're pitting enemy versus enemy.
First of all, I don't have it prepared.
I know.
Second of all,
5th level guiding bolt on what?
I'm fucking fucking this one.
Oh, okay, sure. Go ahead and roll your attack. 26. That's
There
gonna hit.
has to be. There has to be something about that spell that we're not reading that makes it better than we think
No,
it is.
literally, gate is just—it's a request.
Are you
It's essentially an
serious?
open
Are you
invitation
serious?
to bring people in.
Are you serious? That was a 5th level spell slot and you rolled 4 ones!
I'm serious.
Oh my god! I was like, oh, Luke's probably gonna do enough damage to almost one-shot this thing. Nope.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Oh, Luke. Alright, next attack on this advantage.
Good.
Alright, cool.
Yep.
Baby Bosco. Not so baby Bosco.
Not my life.
3 attacks. Away is to move first.
Yep. Okay,
Fuck
wait.
you. I'm Suction Cup Man. That's a nat 1 and a nat 20 in the same roll.
Alright, spin the wheel, make the deal.
Alright, first, I'd like the nat 20 to be that lightning. That sweet, sweet lightning damage.
Alright.
Oh, we don't have any.
Because that's 4d10 plus...
We don't have any emotes.
13...
No, we don't.
We should make some emotes.
Yeah, I said that.
Well, I don't. You never told me what to do.
Do what your heart tells you to do.
So that's 29 plus 11 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
Good job, little infantile Bosco, and 73.
73. Roll again. This doesn't apply to Bosco.
Alright, 27.
Your target and allies within 30 feet of them get a d6 inspiration die. They can be used until the end of their next turn.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess he gets an inspiration die if he's still fucking alive.
Yep, he is. He has 7 HP left.
Oh, that's good. Tail attack. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Not 16. I rolled a 16, not plus.
Chris, stop it. I know you're tired, but come on, man. Get your
25.
That'll hit.
I read 16 and said 16. That's the problem. 25. Okay,
25
I literally cannot do less than 7 damage. Unless he takes
It's half damage.
from non-magical?
Yeah, half from non-magical.
Okay, so I have to roll. Okay.
This message sponsored by Gate.
Oh, wait.
Unless the DT said
Okay, so 5.
Yeah, like I was like rereading the rule. It's like there's a way that
so
you could.
20 half
yeah.
to 10.
It's dead.
Awesome.
Cool. No D1 problems.
Nice.
No nat 1 problem.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Bosco can.
Okay, Bosco can move if he wants to.
Let's see. Bosco had 40 feet.
He
I
can
moved
come up and be like,
from
"Daddy, I'm here to
you
protect you."
I think he can move there. That's about it.
What?
Oh no, he can move as a bonus action.
Yeah, he can bonus action
Can
aggress.
he attack as part of that bonus action move?
No, it's just it's aggressing. He's just pushing. He's just pushing up.
Okay, so he will angrily get to there.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, Bael's going to use 2 legendary actions to make an attack. Ophelia. He's attacking.
Helios.
Please
Okay.
live.
Bop. 31.
Man, who would have guessed that hit?
Do you want him to reroll?
Yeah, like you could probably roll lower than fucking.
Joke's on you. I have
Reroll.
protection against
Reroll.
30 plus attacks.
Reroll.
Do it.
Alright, that brings it down to a 26.
Ah, yes. Who would have guessed my reroll was fucking useless? Okay, just hit me.
Hey man, there was a chance that you had... Oh wait, no, you don't have a 20 armor class. I keep thinking you have a 20 armor class.
Nope, you're thinking about the wrong spellcaster.
Everyone else has a 20 plus armor class except the wizard.
Hey,
Oh, and the
I feel ya.
warlock.
I
And
feel
the
ya.
warlock. So 2, 7, 4, 9, 16 points of piercing damage and 17 points of necrotic damage. So 33. Your DC to beat again is 16.
Okay.
33.
12 plus my con.
You are good.
I passed.
Daytona.
Yay, good thing I get fucking
Yay.
resilience con.
Daytona, this is the perfect opportunity to use an AoE spell on yourself.
Or
You're goddamn
disengage
right
and
it
then
is.
use the
Except
AoE
it's not
spell.
really a area of effect spell, but it is still something that's really effective.
Okay.
It is Chain Lightning at the 7th level.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
And it will hit all of those bearded devils.
Yes, it will. Let's go ahead and roll saves, shall we?
And yes, I got lazy and I just rolled that damage for reasons.
Man, devils are so cool. It doesn't matter what CR they are. They're just all immune. They're just all resistant to magic.
Yeah. Still.
So one of them success, fail, fail, fail,
His name's pronounced
fail,
Bael.
success. So 2 of them succeeded, 2 of them failed.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going left to right here, right to left, up to down. What are we doing?
If I saw Estriel smack that one, that would have been the one that would got hit first.
Okay, so then that one takes 20 points of damage. This one takes 41. This one takes 41. This one takes 41. This one takes 20. Alright. These
The
three
way that
are...
you had it, the way that you
these
said, like,
three-
oh, this will one-shot it.
yeah,
think
because...
that I can
Yeah,
take
no,
out
no,
this
no.
one
Get
of them.
close enough to one-shot it. Which you did. You actually got close enough to one-shot it. These 3 are bloodied. Actually, these 4 are bloodied.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, sorry, team. Daytona sees that the wizard is still being harried by a fucking flying Minotaur man. Hornet will disengage.
Mm-hmm. They'll use Sentinel. No, I'm joking.
I mean,
God,
if
could
they
you imagine
have
if they made? Could you imagine if they made a mob with Sentinel?
it would be an
Oh,
unfortunate circumstance.
like
Please get
if that was just an NP, like if that was just a monster you could find in the world that has Sentinel.
Not a fan of that, Eric.
God, could
Anyway.
you imagine if I was the person who made that monster? God,
I
would be a
wouldn't
dick
doubt
move,
it.
huh?
I wouldn't doubt
And-
it.
Can you fucking believe Tremor has all these awesome, cool
Yeah, can you
abilities, such as
believe that?
Sentinel?
Yeah, can you believe that Tremor
The
can Sentinel
spellcaster?
you from 3 miles away?
That would actually be the most bullshit. Sentinel at 3.
3 miles? Yes.
Sentinel at a range is in of itself like, what do you mean?
I feel like you could do that with an archer, though. I feel like that could be like a ranger ability, like for like an archetype, the ability to use your reaction to stun them.
Someone.
Yeah, to like pin someone. Like I feel like that could be like a really cool thing they can give to rangers. Anyway, Gu Manchu group.
Okay.
Got this, mate.
Back to what I was doing. Jazz Narzagon.
Smickety smack to the smickety smack.
Mickety smack. That's 20 and fucking 30. Jesus
I'm sorry.
Christ.
I'm sorry they can't be affected by attacks that start with 3.
20 starts with a 2, you dyslexic bitch.
Yeah, but 30 starts with a 3.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm the idiot because I'm the idiot in this situation.
I got that, but one of them hits anyways, which is my point.
Both of them hit.
Fine.
Guys, they can't be attacked by with attacks that start with 3. 20 starts with a 2.
24 slashing, 8 radiant.
Oof. Okay.
And then that's I know that one misses for fucking sure. The 26, I believe.
26 hits.
That's what I figured. One of those and one of those
And some of these. And some of these.
and some of this and 18 points of damage. on that
Oh
guy's
god, this guy is not looking good.
Gabagoo.
And I'm gonna stand here and do nothing else because
Nargonian is going to try to return the favor. You are in the Holy Aura, so he does have to make con saves. Or be blinded. Advantage with magical effects. That's a 24 on his first con save, so that is a save. And here comes the attack. That's a 20 unnatural.
that will miss.
Alrighty. Wait, I thought if it starts with the, wait, I thought it starts with a 2, it hits the goo.
And remember, he forgot he had.
Oh, you forgot bracers
We
of
went
defense.
over this. I was stupid.
Okay.
I was
Well, the
stupid
second
and
time he
neglected
does.
the
Well, the
fact
second
that,
time.
I'm good.
The second attack, he does manage to shrug off the blindness effect again, and I need to see if that hits you. Yeah, that hits you. That's a 20. That's a 24. I just had to double check that I was doing that right and that he actually has a +10 to hit. Third time. Okay, so that's a 21 on his con save. And then 23 to hit the goo. Does that hit the goo?
Yes.
You have 2 attacks or 3 attacks? I think at least 2 attacks, right?
Sorry, I'm trying to find what number battery this is so I can get more of them.
15 plus 8, so 23 points of piercing damage, Goo Manchu. And 31 points of fire damage.
Dude. He'd almost do 60 points of damage in a single hit.
No, those were 2 hits.
Okay. Like, fuck that.
Bael's turn.
Yep.
Let's see, what does Bael want to do? What does Bael want to do?
Wants to stop being an asshole to me. By the way, what's it the +6 you give me anyways? I forget.
Oh, that's already passed. You had to use it by the start of your by the end of your next turn.
By the what?
It was you had to use it by the end of your last turn.
Eric, you cut out.
You had to use it by the end of your last turn.
Okay. I saw your head, like, you weren't moving, and then, you know, like, from, like, horror movies, how they move their head, like, fucking spontaneously? No, like... like
yeah, I know
you
what
said-
you... Okay.
If I had a lot more HP, this would be a decent plan, but...
Oh man, if only I had like 100 more HP.
I really should have looked at the Silimaclum.
Well, first of all, he heals. Let's not forget that.
As he's wanting to do.
Wait, has he even gotten hit?
No, you haven't hit him. No one's hit him.
He's
Yeah, I
he's
know.
been hit before, but
I feel like
he,
he's at full HP.
he just heals.
I feel like he's been at full HP.
There were people who hit him.
Maybe.
Goo hit him for quite a lot of damage, actually. Goo and Ezreal combined hit him for quite a lot of damage, actually.
They told us smacked him with a lightning bolt, and then he proceeded to crush Goo immediately.
Yeah. He doesn't really need to cast spells, is the thing. So, he's just gonna keep smacking you with his Morningstar.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, that's a 32 and a 24.
Yeah, that hits me. Who would have guessed?
Alright, let me just get more d8s. I just rolled an 8 and a 7, but I'm just gonna retcon those rolls because I'm getting annoyed that I just don't have more d8s. So, 11 is 18 plus 11 points of necrotic.
How much total?
29, so DC to beat is 14. And then 5 plus 7, 12. Oof.
16.
Okay, and then 19 points of damage total for the second one, so DC to beat is 10.
Don't have one. I didn't nat one.
Okay. Ophelia?
90 feet straight up. Disengage.
I figured, okay.
Dispel magic.
Nice. Yeah, that works. So Bael falls. Because he can't counterspell. Sadly, he's immune to non-magical. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's resistant. So that would have been 90 feet straight up. You were 30 feet in the air. So on his turn when he lands, he will take 3d6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Jordan, you getting flashbacks?
And then
falling? What? No, wait, no. I think I know what you're referencing. Fucking Arclich business. But that was way too high. Not 30 feet.
Yeah. All right, so Ophelia, you've dispelled magic on Bael. As he kind of feels the energy fizzle, you see him kind of just glare up at you. As seemingly unfazed, he just starts falling to the ground. Anything else you want to do?
I healed, and what else do I got here? What else? Do I have any other things I can do? I don't think I do. Yeah, that's it for me. Can I move like 90 feet in a diagonal, by the way?
Sure.
Yeah, like 90 feet, like somewhere over here.
I'm questioning.
What?
I'm questioning how legitimate you would think this is.
What?
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna say,
So
we'll see how this goes.
Let's say the huge creature of Bael uses his teleport to jump above Ophelia. Would you argue that in his fall he would take Ophelia with him? If he's directly on top of Ophelia?
It is debatable. I would say
Since
there would
Ophelia
have
has
to be
no way of maneuvering in the moment?
I mean, like
I would still
Sushep?
think like
Let's-
in the moment.
Well, I'll refer to the DM who's been a DM longer than I have. So Sushep,
Yeah,
if a huge creature was to teleport literally 5 feet above a flying creature and is in mid-fall, would you rule that the creature has enough time to dodge out of the way, or would the huge creature begin taking that other creature down in the fall?
the way it's generally, like, my understanding is that there aren't assumptions of if it's on top of you, it just hits you or just grapples you.
Mm-hmm.
So if there were a creature that had grapple as a reaction or something, they
Mhm.
could plausibly maneuver and then grapple as a reaction. I'm not aware of any creatures that can do that.
Okay.
Because it's partly, can you get a good enough grip that you're not just like disrupting their flight as you get moved aside.
Okay. I refer to Sushep and he has saved you.
This is also why you can't just summon cows into the air above your enemy and pummel them to death.
Right, but that was what I was thinking. Like that would be dex save territory, if I were to think about that. Like, there would still be, like, that chance to maneuver, but- Eh,
Ophelia's the one that made him fall, though, right?
true,
Right.
but what he's saying is,
it
Bael
would be, like, prep
teleports
time.
higher and proceeds to fall on top of Ophelia.
Bael, not Baal. I will switch Bael for Baal, the god of murder. I swear to God.
Hell yeah. They just
I will
swap
bring Bael
places,
here.
Fucking
That
replace HP.
that dude can cast power word kill at will.
I'm sorry, did you say Bael is Bael? What?
You
Never
killed-
mind,
All his
continue.
life.
All right, wow,
Yo,
guys,
Bael.
you know, there's like dark storm clouds that appear, and all of a sudden, Baal, the god of murder.
You almost said it. You almost said it, Eric.
All right,
He said Baal, the god of murder. What do you mean?
yeah, Baal, the god of murder.
Yeah, you have Baal, God of Murder, and
All right,
Bael,
Dayton, how
God
much
of
HP do you have
War,
left?
I think. 101. So.
All right,
fuck
well,
power
so
word kill.
sorry about that. You're dead.
This is power word kill
No!
level 10. It actually goes up by 1 HP.
Yeah, it's power word kill plus 1.
Yeah, he cast it at the 10th level, so every
Yeah.
single level you cast Power Word No at, it adds an
I
extra
really
1
wonder. I
point of
really hope
HP.
that at one point they add in like level 10 spells that like essentially like destroy your being to cast, but they're like these amazingly like overpowered spells.
I was always told like the 10th level spells; those are strictly deity level.
That's what I'm
spells,
talking. That's
if
what I'm
they
talking about.
exist.
I want Wizards of the Coast to release a thing that makes deity level spells or 10th level spells.
I thought Mister just said no, no more anything above 9.
That's
and
that's what they said, but I want them to do it. Because here's the thing, I would love to have a deity level spell that literally like it is essentially like an all or not. It is essentially like give all to get all kind of spell.
I would like to attack a dethroned god who has 10th level spells.
I
Alrighty.
have a 10th level spell.
Sure, you want to die?
No.
I mean, you essentially do cast a 10th level spell because you have Divine Intervention.
Yeah. I had to
Divine
wait-
Intervention is literally you calling upon a deity. I'd call that a 10th level spell.
How many days has it been?
Not a week.
5, yeah. I didn't think so.
Considering it's been, I would say it's been 3 days since you used your Divine Intervention to bring Hornet back to Dayton.
Horse.
1 week since you looked at me.
Horse.
Arms.
Alright, anyway,
Why do you guys keep yelling in chat? You don't have to yell. We're the only people there.
I need to burn these highlight spells. God, this channel
Oh wait,
points.
can you move me?
no. Move yourself.
I can't.
You can move your token,
What?
just show me where you want to move the Pegasus. Move your
Okay.
token and then I'll move the Pegasus.
Oh yeah, that's
Fucking
right. I
put
forgot.
me somewhere over here.
Move your
I-
token and then I'll move the
I
Pegasus.
And fucking say it's
You
90
dirty,
something
you dirty
feet
slut.
plus another 90 feet in there. That's all I'm gonna.
You disengaged. What do you mean 90 feet plus another 90 feet?
No, just like me. Okay, my initial height plus another 90 feet in the air. There you go.
Hmm. Okay. Trian's turn.
Yo, at least I'm not calling Bael Ball.
15, so 10, 20, 30,
Bael.
10, 20, 30, dash, 10, 20, 30, 40. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, that's the better play. I also forgot to summon this turn, so we'll do it next turn.
Technical difficulties on whoever's controlling the portal.
Swing and swing. 1 hit on the Marzigon. For 15, reduced to 7 points of damage. The other treant's gonna actually fight the Nightmare. Nightmare. Alright, those will both hit.
The nightmare comes to life.
11, 20, 30 points of damage to the Nightmare. And then this treant up here. 2 attacks. 1 hits. For 15, reduced to 7. Alright, Maragon. Oh boy. Alright, 9 attacks. Let's go. 3 hits. 5 hits. The treant's fucking dead. That's the most I've ever. That's the best I've ever rolled for these motherfuckers. Uh, 14, 24 points of damage to this treant. And then goo. Gumanchu. They are immune to blind. I think. Are you immune to blind? I don't think you have eyes. Nope, you're not immune to blind. Alright, so saving throw. 19, does that save against your DC? Ezreal?
I think she has a 20.
Alright, so they're disadvantaged on all these attacks. Miss. Miss.
21.
Miss. Alright, all 3 attacks miss.
Yay.
Bearded Devils.
Your spell save bonus is way better than mine.
These boyos are just gonna move up to the treant. Hiya. 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 Alrighty, Bearded Devils. Bearded Devils are interesting. This Bearded Devil's gonna make an attack with its beard. That's
Weird flex, but okay.
They can do that. One with its beard, one with its glaive. So it's gonna attack Hornet.
Oh no, it's Bobo.
It will go to Daytona.
At disadvantage, right? Or is it just a straight roll?
If I allow it to attack Hornet, I believe that's what the rule of Mountain Combatant is.
Okay.
If it's
18 to hit you, Daytona?
18, we'll miss.
Okay, second attack. Are you the second attack going at you as well?
Another 18, we'll still miss.
No, is the other attack going at you as well?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Yep. That's fine. That's fine.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, okay. It says nothing to. Okay, yeah, I just have to say I don't have any way of. It's still a +10. Come on. 17 plus 10, making it 27.
All right, so you suffer 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the other thing doesn't happen.
You know, the other thing. The thing that could make it things worse.
Tulips.
No.
So both of those are going to miss. Second string of attacks miss. Both attacks hit for the third. Con save. Oh, I think the treants are immune to poison. The treants are immune to poison. No, they are not.
Treants are immune to trees. What? They don't have blood.
It doesn't matter. You can still be necrotic. You can one can still become necrotic, I guess. But it's a con save, which they're really good at for both. Yeah, they're fine. And I'll just roll the last set of attacks. Miss. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty, so that's gonna be 6 plus 9. This treant's dead.
Ooh.
Didn't have much HP left. But it did just eat 8 attacks. Nathan.
Okay.
Nathaniel.
Yes, that's what the name is from.
That's what the name's from.
All right. Okay, so might as well just start off with Crown of Stars Bolt to the Narzagon in front of Goo.
Okay.
Boy, I hope 28 hits.
Boy, oh boy, it doesn't. Yeah.
And going back up to do the damage for simplicity. Wow, that was disappointing. All right, 16 radiant.
How much health does it have? That is enough. It had 3 HP left.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay then. Okay, and then starting with like the bearded devils. I'll just go with like that.
Dude, it's the bearded quartet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eldritch Blast. That's a nat 1, but Lucky goes away. Okay.
I will say these 3 are the most injured. These 3.
The 3 in the end. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 25, I believe hits. So
That hits.
Let me just put it down. We need to put it down.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, so 6 damage to that one.
Still up.
And then the next one, the one that's more hurt, I'm just doing like 1 to each, which is probably not best practice, but whatever. 16, I'm guessing, does not hit.
16, I believe, does hit. Bearded Devils don't have great armor class.
Okay, 7 if so.
Okay, that one's also still up.
The
Or
next
were you
one in
shooting
the
this one twice?
no, I am going down the line.
Okay, so that one's still up. Next one.
25,
That'll hit.
7 damage, and then the last one, 25 to hit, 4 damage. And then I will continue to move.
You're doing the key blasts from from DBZ.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I feel like moving forward does not help enormously at this point. I will bonus action hide.
Okay.
21.
All right. Sure, you were hidden in your own shadow.
Right, and that's it.
Ezreal.
Alright, I'm gonna move 5, 10, get Bosco me in my little aura.
Mm-hmm.
And then I.
So you by 5'10", you mean 10-20, right?
Well, yeah. I could do it either way.
Just blow
and-
them up, Luke.
I'm going to. Can I?
If it helps, because it has helped me, when you move, press the Q, because it will track how much distance you're making.
Okay, I can't seem to drag him and put him out there, but I want to summon my persona. There he is.
The Lost Champion.
I'm in your persona.
This is your first time using the Lost Champion, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, you've only ever used your.
He
used
looks like
Lost
a
Soul.
sassy bitch.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, it's buff as fuck. I'm going to Greatsword for the first attack.
All right.
That is a 15 to hit.
15. That does not hit, unfortunately.
Ooh, let me swap out dice here. And a Withering Touch for the second.
All right.
Okay, that's better. That's
Well, it's 2 attacks with its greatsword or 1 with its withering touch.
okay. Then I'll just do it with the Greatsword again. 24.
24 will hit.
All right.
And these attacks are considered magical.
Yeah.
Unlike a certain
It's 12 damage.
12 points of damage. This thing has been untouched, but that's still 12 points of damage.
He's not looking great. Bonus action. Healing word at 3rd level. Dayton. Nah. Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
Isn't it a bonus action to summon your spirit, or is it an action? It's an action. You're right.
It's an action, yeah.
You're right.
So.
Also, if that's your persona, then what the hell are you doing with your life?
Persona.
No, persona.
Like the mental image of somebody putting on a fursuit and then putting on a full suit of armor on top of the fursuit.
Enjoy 13 health points, Daytona.
13
are
health-
you, wait,
13
are you
hit
in range?
points?
Wait, are you in range for that?
It's 120. Oh, it's 60. God damn it.
It's 60. I was like, you're in range for that? I don't think you're in range for that. You can heal Bosco. Bosco's
I was
looking
gonna
a
say
little
that'd be
hurt.
crazy.
Enjoy 13 health points, Bosco.
Okay.
Bosco's right there. You can just touch him. You can
I
just
don't
touch
have
him.
an
He's right there.
action!
I thought you should have just blown all these up, Luke.
It's a concentration spell. I didn't realize until this turn.
Alrighty.
What's a concentration spell?
Dawn. If he casts Dawn, then he loses Holy Aura.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so Bosco.
Bosco.
Can Bosco move here?
Yeah.
Or is that like
yeah,
terrain?
He can move he can move through allies.
No, I didn't know if the raised thing was terrain. I kind of
No,
fucked
it's
up
sloped.
on that one.
It's sloped.
Alrighty then.
It was
you know
originally
what time it
originally
is.
going to be things that they could jump up that you have to climb, but I figured that combining the fact you have to go through tons of enemies and then forcing you to
And
make athletics
fail.
checks would be a bullshit. Yeah, would be bullshit.
Lightning, motherfucker! I'm using his lightning breath attack. I thought that was kind of obvious from the lightning.
I assume you're
motherfucker,
going
but
this way so you don't hit anybody else.
I'm going direct line to my left.
Oh, this way. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Alright.
God,
Oh. I rolled 3 6s. Oh, 4 6s.
So 2 save, 2 fail. We'll see if it even matters.
34 points of damage.
Dead. Dead.
Lightning.
Dead. Dead.
Oh fuck! It just dumped all my dice in the drawer.
So as
Good job,
Bosco,
Bosco.
so as Bosco breathes in, you watch as there's a crackling of lightning that almost seems like if you've seen like in sci-fi where like a plasma gun charges up where it pulls energy from the back. But from the core of his body, Bosco starts pulling lightning energy into his mouth, and as he fires forward, it's just a quick shock. But you watch as all of the bearded devils stay in place for a moment, and then dissolve into ash.
So all my allies are doing cool shit, and I'm like, make me boat.
Hey, you're doing
Play better.
Hey, kid, you're doing good.
You're a cleric. You're meant to be protecting us, and you're protecting us, so you're doing good.
You're doing good.
But...
You're doing okay, bud.
You're doing gay.
Here, have a lollipop.
Thanks, Eric. You always thought to cheer me up.
Oh,
Alright.
Oh, no, shut up and stop being a pussy.
I'm gonna see if this.
Go
is
for
even
it,
the right
Dayton.
call.
Actually, before your turn,
Okay.
I've been thinking about this. There's a lot of other people Bael has to deal with than just spellcaster man.
Woman.
Man, right now.
Oh. I just naturally saw
Oh,
Ophelia,
no.
and I assumed.
Oh no!
Oh, hi! Shit, I knew that this bullshit was gonna happen.
So, Dayton, as you're getting ready for your turn, there's all of a sudden a big hulking minotaur right.
Yep.
Me? Oh fucking thank God!
There's a hot monster man in front of you. What will you
Ophelia is. Oh, thank God. David is. Oh God, no.
Me? Oh thank God he's finally. So you know what my plan was, right, Eric? When I said
No.
if I had more HP.
No, what was it?
So I was gonna have him keep chasing me up, and I'm gonna be like, dispel magic, take 120 fall damage, big boy.
And the worst part is that he doesn't actually fall until like his turn. So he's falling in midair, looks over at Dayton, and then just teleports without taking fall damage.
Really?
Yes.
I was hoping Eric would not do it, but he did.
Because you don't actually fall until the start of your turn.
Yep. Ain't the rules of D&D fun. Anyway,
Because as we all know, guys, if you jump into the air, you stay suspended for 6 seconds.
like
and
a
then
fucking
begin
cartoon
falling.
character, you know?
And then you fall
We've
all the way
all
down in
been
10
there.
seconds.
Anyway, we're gonna see whether or not this works. This is this devil-horned one that I shot at my side. This was the first one in the line because I kind of like blanked and didn't think about it. Okay, so he should be on it. I'm just this is a risk. I'm just gonna have Hornet attack with the hoods.
Sure.
Let's see what happens here.
Go ahead.
13 plus 6, big 8, 19.
19, and okay, they are resistant.
Okay. 2d6. A 3, 1, 4 plus 4, making it 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright, so reduced. Unfortunately, he is still up.
Alright, I knew it was risky, but I thought it... Every single time you say, like, oh, it's within the fucking brink, like
Right,
that's
but
in my
when
head,
you
I'm
when you
going-
attack non-magical, you have to think you're now taking that range and you're now doubling it.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll I'm gonna have Daytona cast Polymorph on Hornet, and
2.
Hornet is going to become a giant owl.
Nice.
So for the sake of naming,
Does Bael want you to do that?
It's Hootie.
no.
Bael doesn't want
Bael
you to do that. Bael doesn't want you to do
Bael.
that. Counterspell.
Bael, I've already had to deal with one.
Yeah, I've already had to deal.
yeah.
He's already had to deal with one person flying. He doesn't want to have to deal with another. But he'll
Okay.
roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should be the fourth
Yeah,
level. So
it's
it
a
would be
9
roll.
plus 9 plus 7, so 16.
Yeah, so it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, and that's unfortunate too. So
I
Yeah,
think
he really
We're-
doesn't. He really
we're
does
get-
not
we're
want to
getting there.
deal with it.
I'm gonna take a D8 freaking inflict wounds off of this. Fuck me running. I'm not even sure if. Well, no, I guess maybe. Well, I already used my action for Hornet for disengage. Fuck. This is a bad turn.
yeah,
This is a
you
bad
used-
turn,
yeah, you
team.
used
This
it.
is a bad turn, team. That's the only way I can describe it. I can't go anywhere. That's the end of my turn.
All right.
Why can't you? If Hornet already took disengage, why can't
He
you?
didn't disengage.
no,
Hornet
he
attacked.
Hornet attacked
Okay,
because I
okay.
assumed I would have enough damage to take out that. Then I can cast Giant Owl, which has Flyby, which allows you to avoid opportunity attacks, and I could get away from there scot-free.
I understand now.
Bael's
Devil
gonna-
didn't die. Bael dispelled my thing. This was the worst
No,
case
no,
out of
no,
whatever
no.
happened
You
here.
got
have
this.
a decent chance.
You do, yeah. 2 legendary.
have-
However, he will use 2 legendary actions to take an attack on Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Shield.
Alrighty.
Dayton, you know the drill.
All right.
You have higher AC than
Go.
me.
Yay. Ooh, 1.
Eric, is it bad that?
Oh, sorry,
hits
sorry.
of
Initiative.
raisins.
No, I'm not forgetting it this turn. Initiative count 20. The portal appears.
Oh.
I'm not forgetting it this time. I'm sorry. I already forgot it one turn. I'm not letting you guys get off with it again. So that's a 6. So that is. I need to look through my things. Boop.
Where could it be? Ooh. Ain't he pretty?
What?
That's a bone devil in the bottom in the bottom right.
Bottom right. Bottom.
All right, now it's your turn. Go ahead.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. I
2
see.
hits of raisins. The nat
What?
20 and 18.
Those will both hit.
Okay, cool. That's 17 plus 7 twice. 31 slashing and 10 radiant.
Okay. It is dead.
What I figured. And then I will take my bonus action to dash, which I believe gives me a speed of 210.
That's correct.
Or wait, no. Oh, wait, if my speed is double because Boots of Speed, does it double again, or does it just add on another
So your ship, how does that work?
55?
I don't really play with Boots of Speed a lot.
Okay. What is the?
I think it's
what's the
discretion, but I
speed?
don't remember.
Go. What's your base movement speed?
It's
Which-
55, so it'd be double twice. But are you? It's if I think it comes down to if the GM counts doubling as doubling the original number and adding another 55, or doubling that number.
I mean, so it doubles your walking speed. So if you have a bunch of other things that are increasing it, like barbarians or monks do,
Mhm.
then you're taking whatever your speed would be right before that, and you double that.
Okay. There you go.
You can get very, very high this way.
Yes. There you go. Go goo.
I know. It's just it comes down to am I doubling the
You're
original
doubling.
number
Yes, you're
to
doubling
get?
the original number.
Pardon me.
So
So go goo Manchu.
220. Jesus Christ. Get to the fucking tree.
Do you want to run to the tree?
Dayton for dead.
I mean,
no, I want to help Dayton. Actually, I don't need to take the dodge action. I can just run there.
Zoom!
I could just go.
Running out the back streets.
Or not the dash action. I'll take the dodge action.
Something, something, something like a
Hit it again,
crackhead.
Mr.
Zoom.
Bill.
Alrighty. That's your
Alright, I'll
turn,
be
Bill.
there and I'll be dodging.
Bill
Where's it
Nye,
going?
the warring guy.
Bill Nye, the warring guy.
Bow, bow, bow.
Bow, bow,
Bael. Bael. I want to try to draw Bael Nye the demon guy.
Devil guy, thank you very much.
Alright, so this Naruto's going first and foremost. Wow, I rolled a 2 and a 3, and I only hit with 1 attack.
Oog. Eeg.
Ooga, ooga, eega. 16 plus 20 fire damage.
I googled Bael to get other pictures of Bael, and one of them is a hentai lady, and I don't think that's correct.
I don't
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't
Unless you want it to
Google
be
it,
that way.
kids. It's not worth your time.
Okay. 2 hits.
That's literally the second image.
That's third.
Why her
He
tits
just-
just out?
He
That's
just
the
said don't look it up.
why you
Well,
gotta
Luke's
have
not
your
a kid,
titties
so he
out?
can do it.
I beg to differ
It's on
that
Pinterest.
I beg to differ on that statement.
There's a big titty lady on
love
Pinterest.
I'm
Guys,
looking at
guys,
Google
TOS,
images,
shut the
and
fuck
I'm
up.
not- and I'm not getting any
Dude,
of
I'm
that shit. What's wrong with
interested.
you people?
Guys, TOS, shut the fuck up.
We can talk about it, we just can't show it.
Unfortunately,
Unclear.
in a ball of horrendous fire from 24 HP.
I'm sorry, what was that? A ball? What?
Alright, I know who I'm killing.
Bael made the right choice to teleport here.
I know he did.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,
Hey, do you want to
70,
say that in
80.
character?
Possibly.
Alright. Alright, Daytona.
So,
You asked for
you're
this.
just gonna
You asked for this.
end up playing me for that one.
There we go.
Hmm.
What is the worst thing that I could possibly do in
What
this
is-
instance?
Can I do a 9th level spell on him right now?
Can I just warp this character out of existence?
Do you want it to hit you or Hornet?
Ooh. Well, just using character knowledge, it has to go to Daytona.
Okay.
Yep,
Alright, so that's gonna hit.
of course.
Is it like a 30?
So Bael reaches his large mitt out.
Here we go.
I'll just get it. I'll just use a dice roller really quick.
I'm waiting. Actually, if he's trying to do inflict wounds again, technically it doesn't even. Well, I guess it is still an attack. So yeah, it would still fall into the rules.
Jegus.
They spell attack.
Jigus Kriegus. How's it that I can't find a dice roller that's straightforward? There we go. There's the Wizards of the Coast dice roller. That's what I was looking for. Roll. You suffer 74
Dice
points of
roll for
necrotic
you.
damage.
Dice.
Oh baby.
And then
Yeah.
he whacks you 2 more times. Take that.
Well,
Baby, oh baby.
it's not been described yet whether or not this is inflict wounds or
It's
if
inflict wounds
Okay. So
at the 8th level.
big Mitt came in, punched Daytona's jaw, trying to.
And then
Just
he's going to
dislocate
and then he's going to let out a huge roar And he's going to use his bonus action to do Dreadful. I need Dayton, Hornet, and Goo to make wisdom saving throws.
All right. Well, I won't be going anywhere because this is a +1 to my wisdom. So first is Daytona.
Is that a no, Chris?
14, which
A
I assume
13.
doesn't work.
I'm
All
not
right.
Hornet,
happy
that's also a
about it.
+1. The D20 just flew off the map.
So Goo is afraid.
Wait a minute. Do I have
that is a
anything involving
3 for Hornet.
Frickin'?
So to recap,
No, it's
14 for
Phase
Daytona,
Charm.
3 for
Never
Hornet.
mind.
I'm assuming that we're both.
Both of you are afraid. You could use you could use key to
I
reroll.
can.
if
Yeah, I
you-
can end it with. No, I can use key to reroll. I keep forgetting I have that. I know that the bonuses. I will use a key point to reroll. That's a 26.
Fail. Joking. Joking. There's no creature in the book that has a 26 DC.
I didn't know what additional modifiers.
fucking
Yeah, that would be the better option.
I think I've had to dealt with something like that. It's I think it was like a meteor swarm, but focused on me. I can't remember very well.
That's
I
why do you
don't
think I
remember
said
the
no creature
power
in the
build.
book?
You motherfucker.
Uh,
Great.
Ophelia, you're up.
Oh, what's the range on this?
I don't know. What is the range on this?
Oh my god. I'm gonna heal myself first.
Okay, bonus action, get yourself some healing. Get you a wizard that can do both. Care about only themselves and heal themselves.
Yo, I'm not getting within 30 feet of that man. Would you want to fucking get 30 feet of Demon Lord, man?
Yeah, dude. It'll be fun.
6, 5, and 6.
What are you talking about, dude? It'll be fun.
I hate everything. I was chased by this man for so long. Give me a second. I was playing Ring Around the Rosie with this fucker for so long. Let's see here. What can I do that could help them? Probably not much because all my spells don't do anything and he'll just heal it back up.
I mean, you could pester him from up in the air.
Yeah.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
How far away is he from me? Like
He is.
Well, let's see, you're
120 in the
30 plus
120
90,
in there.
120 feet in the air.
160
plus-
feet away.
I can move up to 180.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Let's see here. What can I do?
Sick it to you, Ricky.
How far is Cone of Cold?
By the way, how many more rounds do you have on that Holy Aura, Ezreal?
Enough.
That's a good question.
How many rounds of combat has it been?
I believe 5 or 6.
So 4 rounds left on Holy Aura?
Yep.
Okay, good to
No,
know.
no, 5 or 6 rounds left.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Oh my god, everything's 60. Fuck me. I can't
Hey,
even get-
David, you should get closer to Bael.
Hey, fuck you. I'm 100. I'll be 100.
Don't worry, Bael. Oh wait, no, it's
Up
a
in there,
fresh turn
above
for
Bael.
Bael. Just do it anyway. Maybe you'll prompt him to fucking do a counter spell.
I'll be on top of him, but
That'll be
140
fine.
feet.
Okay.
Hey, Bill. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Sure.
140, 100, what was it? 150 feet in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you went up 30, then 90, so you're
Okay.
120 feet up in the air.
Hang on, I gotta do shit.
Later, I am sorry. We'll just move you like slightly over here. Just.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. Just put it over there.
Yep. Okay, anything else?
I really don't have any actions left for me to do. To be perfectly honest with you.
I'm really just not in a good position right now.
Yeah. Not in a good position at all. Huh. Yeah, I got nothing. I actually have nothing. Well, I'll take the dodge action.
So, Goo,
Yeah.
Bael's gonna go ahead and just be Bael. He's just gonna be in the space, you know.
Okay.
Oh, that got teleport 120 feet
Feel
again.
that.
Well, actually, right now I'm gonna check a spell that he has to see the range on it.
Why?
Cause
The power word kills Bosco.
I'm an asshole.
God, why?
All right.
Meteor storm, isn't it?
Don't meteor storm us, sir. Please. I'm just a little goblin.
Not now.
I only have 3 HP. I don't know why I got this dungeon.
I don't have any good items.
I don't have good items. I hope you'll remember this when you fight the goblins in the next campaign.
Nope.
Please, Mr. Adventurer, I only have 3 hit points. I don't have good loot.
I'm just a little goblin.
Bael's gonna... You're dodging, though.
This is true.
Hornet or Dayton?
It's gonna be that, is it? Of course.
Hornet. Fuck
I'm
the
not-
horse.
I'm not killing
Ride
my horse.
Bosco.
It's not happening. It
You're
has to go
gonna
to
die.
Daytona. I understand that.
You're gonna die.
I know.
Okay.
The question is whether or not I can shield. Yeah. I'm assuming it is 30 plus.
It's 28.
28, so I would not even be able to shield. Good to know. Is it more than 13?
25. 32. 39. I want you to make a contested athletics check, Dayton.
Alright. Of course, like any other skill that does not require any mouth talk, not the best. And the roll is just as bad. This 4 plus 3 making it 7.
7. Okay. So the swing comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and as it's about to hit you, you feel yourself get bucked back, and Hornet is gonna take the impact instead.
What?
I saw that.
Oh fuck.
So Hornet literally made it so you can't take the hit for him.
How much damage?
Hornet's still up. He's hurt, but he's still up. He has 12 HP left.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Good.
He's good for now. But yeah, Hornet made it so you don't take the hit. Trance. It single Trant.
Oh, there's the other one. There's the other one fighting.
Nope, he's dead.
Yeah, he is actually dead.
However, this Trant, it will use its animate tree ability.
More trees.
The Larks is gonna be pissed.
You know what? It sees what you guys are. They see what you guys are doing. It's going to go. It's going to move here. It's going to try to get. They're going to try to get into a position to basically body block for you guys, so you could focus on Bael.
Swarm.
So there. I think that's the best they could do, right? 10. Wait, hang on. So 10, 20, 30, 40 dash 10, 20, 30, 40. So yeah, they're going to make a wall right here. And then, however, this one will keep fighting. You know what? I'll try to kill the nightmare. Double 19s.
Dude, why are you rolling so well on the treants?
Hey, would you rather I was rolling well for the
No,
Maragon
I'm
and
just,
the
no.
Narzagon? I don't know, man. 11, 16, 20, 30 points of damage to the nightmare. All right. Everybody, march! 5, 10, 15, or 5, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Forgot to roll initiative for the Bone Devil, but it rolled pretty low actually, so it's S11. And that's, oh, one more. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Okay. Like, funnily enough, like, even though you guys have lost a lot of treants, they don't have a lot of dudes left. Treants put in work. The treants put in fucking work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the bearded devils. No, sorry, wait, there's one bearded devil left alive.
The single one, the one I tried to kill before this
This
started going down. Yep.
Alright, 2 attacks. Whether those are on Hornet or Daytona doesn't matter. I rolled a 2 and a 3. They both miss. Nathan. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm just like Crown of
Okay.
Stars on him or Crown of Stars on the Narzagon. I think Crown of Stars on the Narzagon.
So you're shooting this Narzagon or this Narzagon?
Oh God, where's the other one? Oh, I see.
There's the one on the right.
The
and
other
then
one's
there's
dead.
The one up top.
Oh, you'd have to move a little bit closer to hit the one on top, I think.
Yeah, I'm aiming for the one that's just on the right.
Okay, cool. Him or the nightmare that he's riding?
Him
Sure.
seems reasonable.
Alright.
Like, oh right, so the nightmare is the one that like makes the Narzagon bigger and scarier.
I mean, yeah. The nightmare is moving at 90 feet around.
Yeah, okay, I'll go for the nightmare instead then.
Alright, sounds good.
24 should hit, regardless. I'll do the same thing where I keep just
Checking up time.
hitting that again. Scrolling up. Okay.
This might very well be a 3-part fight.
I think it's going to be.
29 radiant damage on that nightmare.
Alright, it's barely standing.
Are we gonna be stopping soon?
Okay.
I mean, if people have to leave, yes.
I have.
Okay, so I'm going to then Eldritch Blast Nightmare. 27 to hit, I hope.
27 will hit, and go ahead and roll.
Okay. 9. Then.
9. It's dead.
Okay.
So the
then.
rider is down.
Okay,
Does
so
he
then
sink into
on.
the water?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Then. Okay, next one. That's a crit. I'll take it.
Ayo!
17 damage on the Narzagon.
Okay.
17 may or may not hit. Oh no,
17 misses.
does. Misses. Okay, and then the next one. 26.
That'll hit.
Sorry. Okay, 4 damage.
4 points of damage.
And then I start moving north again.
Get to the tree.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Bone Deville.
Johnny
Um,
DeVille.
10, 20,
Hello,
30,
Deville.
40, 10, 20, 30, 40. That's its turn. Ezreal.
Hoi, hoi,
Hoi,
hoi,
hoi, hoi, hoi, hoi, hoi.
Sumac, oi, oi, oi.
5, 10, no, 10,
30.
30, 40, 50, 60, And it is 10 feet away, so it cannot do anything.
It's 20 feet
20
away.
feet away. Oh. Alright. 10, 25.
30, 10, 20.
Alright. Guiding bolt level 4 on Mr. Beardy Man.
Alrighty.
Okay.
15 will hit.
It will?
Yeah, because bearded devils don't have a high armor class.
Alright.
I know, it's surprising. I know, right? A low roll actually hits. That's enough, it's dead.
Alright.
Alrighty. Boss.
Bosco.
Bosco Belingi.
Easy.
Okay.
Bosco will just take a cat nap.
Alrighty. Daytona.
Very quickly though, is your Pegasus also at 12 HP, David?
No, it is pretty healthy.
Keep your
Okay,
just keep your
I
thing
was saying,
updated
keep-
up for your end, David.
Yeah, since it's sharing tokens. Still afraid until the start of its turn when that gets taken care of. So
Start of Bael's turn, yes. You will resolve the fear effect. What are you doing?
Oh no, and that's bad. I did think about using enemies abound, but I don't think he's afraid of nothing, not even spiders. So it wouldn't really work.
Bail's one weakness, spiders.
I'm pretty
Is that-
assuming that any charm spells are probably not effective here.
Bael, is that peanut butter? I'm allergic.
My one weakness. I cast mental prison, and everything around him is now peanut butter.
No.
Where's my EpiPen?
There's my epi.
My one
I'm
weakness.
going to trust I'll be alive next turn or even the turn after. I'm casting Crown of Stars at level 8. And that means
Disengage with Hornet.
You can disengage with Hornet.
7. Okay, so I actually would have 9 motes. So I'd actually
Nice
be able
hit.
to. Okay, that's the only thing, the difference there. Yeah, I need to trust that I can make it through. So disengage with Hornet.
Mm-hmm. Bael has Sentinel, so actually no disengage.
If it's
If
true,
that was the case, David would have been dead a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I would have been dead.
If that was true, David
Alright.
would have been
Straight up.
Although
Bonus
I would
action.
say if anyone was to get Sentinel, I feel like it should be the Archdevil of War.
bonus action at disadvantage because it's fear.
Uh-huh.
15 and a
Yeah.
4. I'm sure that 4 plus 11 will.
Yeah,
A 15 will not.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does miss.
I was going to give you a 15, but okay.
You should have
I
announced
mean,
it
if you,
before I started rolling.
no, I will say you want to use your last roll for a 15, you can give it to him.
I have 2 more, so I will give him the 15.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack. Go ahead and roll your damage.
15 plus 11.
That'll hit. 26.
40, 12. 10. 16. 19. It's 20 points of radiant damage. It's damage.
Okay.
Now I have. That's the end of my turn.
That is the end of your tizzle. Give me one second.
That happened last week.
Huh. Okay. Alrighty. The Gu Manchu group.
That is me.
Before
what
your
happens to me.
turn.
Okay.
No, it's not going to work the way that I think it is. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. 4 attacks. I rolled 2 21s.
Nice.
And then
Shield.
Does 21 hit?
Stop
Yeah, shield.
fucking
does-
around, Derek!
Hey, I just want to give you guys heart attacks. It's okay. It's no big deal.
I'm all sad now. Does it actually hit though?
Yes, it hits.
Okay. Well, that's nice. Fucking hell, I hate this. 13.
13?
35 for the first 2.
Okay.
I don't know if is he vulnerable to radiant?
Nope.
Okay, just checking.
Derek,
And
It's
then
kind of
2
weird that
more,
radiant
and
doesn't do anything to doubles.
I'd like him to make 2 dex saves. Or be actually, where is that at? Key empowered, not key empowered. Where the fuck? The weird stuff.
Alright, that's going to be a 20
Where them weird?
and a 25.
Okay. Good thing that I don't have to. I should have made him not take reactions.
Probably should have. But it's too late now.
It's okay. I think they both hit, so
Mhm.
I'm still good on the damage portion of this. Ay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I rolled a 4, 5, 6, and a 7 in that order.
Nice.
I really need to change what my damage says. And 2 plus 30, another 34 points of damage.
How?
I did 4
You did
attacks,
4,
so
5,
hurt
4,
me.
5, 6, 7, right? For your damage on the second round of attacks. So that's 11
and then I
plus
added
21, and then what's your 2 hit with your unarmed strikes? What's your plus to hit with unarmed strikes?
Wait, like plus damage?
Yeah, you don't get the same bonus from your glaive that you do for unarmed strikes.
Yeah, I know. I get still plus 6 to damage.
You have a plus 6 dexterity?
No, I have plus 5 dexterity, and then I have Insignia of Claws.
Right.
Oh,
forgot about
yeah.
that. Completely forgot about that. Okay. All right. Sure. All right. Anything
Do
else?
A decent amount of damage. That's 4 hits. I've done both of my things. I can't do anything else.
Nargonian. Actually, first
I
nightmare.
want to see what my boots do because I've completely forgotten the other parts of that.
Okay, 2d6.
Opportunity attack disadvantage.
Are you moving away?
I have to go now, if I'm not mistaken. No, I just have to leave.
Okay.
You guys can keep playing, and because I did my turn. And Bosco's super easy to fucking run.
Yep. Okay, so this treant is
I will.
pretty close to dead, actually. Well. Okay, so the first attack from the nurse gun will hit, and unfortunately he's going to kill this treant. This one's going to start flying at an angle towards Ophelia.
How hurt does the nightmare look?
A little bit. Yep. Actually, never mind, because I thought that he could throw that, but he can't, so back down. Instead, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and then the other two attacks into goo. One of those is going to hit. Bada boom. So 14 points of piercing damage. And then 27 points of fire damage. So 40 damage total.
Oh my god.
And then Bael's turn. Two attacks on Goo. He's the only one in range. It's cocked. Okay, one miss. Goo's unconscious.
Yay.
Action, unconscious target. Okay. Okay. Bael is going to reach down. And Goo is 2 size categories smaller than him, so we can just pick him up. Because he has no resistance. And then he's going to start walking. With him. Ophelia.
Not so fast. And I'm gonna fly towards, what was it? Him?
Mm-hmm.
Within 30 feet, like, still 30 feet away, and I'm going to use my heal on Goo.
Bael is going to turn counterspell.
It's the
Oh,
thing.
yes, sorry. For some reason I thought you were going to use Wish and Heal, and then I forgot that you already used your 9th level.
He gets 15 HP back.
Okay, so Goo is conscious and is able to easily break the loose grapple, but is still prone.
And I'm going to hit him with a Ray of Frost.
Go ahead.
For 17 plus mine to hit, which should hit.
That will hit. Also, you guys noticed he didn't heal this turn.
Radiant damage. Got it. Let's see here. Ray of Frost hits, and then how much damage am I doing? It is... I get my d8s out.
Get all the d8s.
How many d8s was that? Do I need more d8s? No, that's enough d8s. 25 total.
25 damage. Alrighty.
And then I keep flying upwards.
You're already 150, right? So
Yeah,
to get within 100, so you're
That'll
150,
be 120, and
120,
then
and back up 80. Got it.
yeah.
Okay. All right, end of your turn. At advantage for Bael. Bael just looks at you with a really annoyed look, looks down at Goo, takes the Morning Star and just crushes Goo with it to throw him back to unconscious.
Fuck, like I'm fucking a billion miles away.
That's the point. He's dragging him away from the healers.
From the healer, as far as he knows.
Yeah, healer. 5, 10, 15. They're going to move to just put... He's just going to move to put himself in between. And he's going to huck a rock at the Narzagon.
Fuck rock, go.
They're both going to huck rocks. They'll both huck rocks at... Actually, he'll huck this way because he can't reach the Narzagon. And... Oh, no, never mind. 2 rocks. He reaches down, accidentally grabs Bosco and yeets him. Oh, man. Okay. Both of those are actually going to hit. It's halved, but it's still 8d10 plus 5. So 14, 24, 31, 41 plus 10 is 51, reduced to 25 points of damage. Alrighty. 10. They are going to have to dash 10, 20, 30 up, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 up, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. There. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Alrighty. Natan.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. I'm taking my movement and also my action to keep running toward the tree and incidentally toward Bael and Goo.
Okay.
I am going to, since we're now attacking the big guy more, I am going to lob it at him. The Crown of Stars, my second to last for this. That's a crit.
Nice.
I'm not arguing
Hell
with that.
yeah.
Roll
I'm
that twice.
Okay with that. I am all right with that. Okay.
8d12.
Yep, scrolling back up and then hitting that again. Okay, so 52 radiant. That seems fine. Okay. Yeah,
All right.
so that's my turn.
Bael looks hurt.
Bael looks hurt now.
He
52,
sure does.
and we did like 80 beforehand, right? We did like somewhere
Stop
around...
medding.
Shut up, Eric.
Okay, so that is my turn. I need to step away for a moment, but I will be back in like 2 or 3
So he
minutes.
has like maybe around 200
Sounds
something.
good.
Right back.
Bael's gonna hold for right now. Yeah. So Bone Deville. 10, 20, it's flying 30, 40, 10, 20, 30. Yeah. So unfortunately this was the weaker treant, so it is dead. But you got another treant there to reinforce afterward. Alright, Ezreal.
Like this drawer won't go back in. Oh, there we go.
Now's not the time for drawers.
I think now's the perfect time for drawers. Okay, so lost champion. It's gonna go 5, 10, no, 10, 20, 30, 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
Withering touch.
Withering touch yourself?
Yep.
Get a fly speed.
I see.
So that is 9, 12, 14. So 20 damage. My con save.
Unless you're willing to not save.
Con save is 17.
Okay.
So just what I needed. So I have 20 on my wings. And I'm going to...
Is this Luke's big brain play? I like it.
Dash to get there. I have still 10 more feet if I need. Okay, I'm good. And just to keep him up, healing word. Wait, is this within range?
Healing word is 60 feet.
It is 40 feet. You are within range of you.
Yeah. How far up are you, Ophelia? And not even in range.
30, and then 90, 120.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds. Level
Bael
5.
will attempt to counterspell.
Does he have any left, or?
Yeah.
It's been a fresh turn, and he can do it at will.
Ooh.
That's a 20, unnatural. So your
Yep.
mass healing word fails.
Okay.
Alrighty.
In that case, I'm gonna move back.
That was
My-
120
the rest-
feet. That was 120
rest-
feet, though, wasn't it?
Move back the rest of my. I've only moved 110.
Were you here? Oh, yeah, you were here? Okay,
I
fine.
was there and then I moved.
Yep. Alright, I'll run Bosco. I think I put him into the character sheets. Yes, I did. So Bosco. 10, 20, 30, 40, and aggress. And he's going to start attacking Bael. Okay, so this is going to be a bite, claw, and tail attack. The bite just hits, the claw just misses, and the tail also misses. But the bite has the lightning damage on it, so that's the important part. 10 plus 4, so 9 damage. Alrighty. That's Bosco's turn.
I'm waiting.
Bael's going to use his last legendary action. Ezreal, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Uh, 20.
So as you go over and you attempt your mass healing word, and Bael shuts it down, you look over at him with this sort of glare, and he looks back. I don't get why you serve these pathetic people. Your services would be much better in my hand. And you are charmed by Bael.
Wait,
Yeehaw!
aren't you an elf? Can't you,
You have advantage on
I-
charm
Did
spells.
you roll advantage?
I did not roll advantage.
Roll advantage.
I didn't know that's what you were doing.
Roll advantage.
I had a 22. Please tell me that's enough.
Is DC 21 or 23?
If his DC is 22!
Yep, 21. All right. So you do not get charmed.
Yeah!
You guys almost just lost a massive. He was gonna force you to use your 9th level.
I only have heal prepared, bitch.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Heal him.
Heal him. Use inflict wounds at 9th level if you have that prepared. You have a guiding bolt you'd like using a lot.
Yeah. You're right.
Anyway,
You're right.
point is, it's Daytona's turn.
Yes. it
Unless,
is.
of course, there's
Go
something
ahead.
else
Nope, go
happening
ahead.
here. Alright. Another moat on
19.
my Crown of Stars.
How far is? What's the range?
It's 120 feet, I believe.
Okie
19.
Yeah, range of 120 feet. And it's a bonus action to use it.
Mhm.
13 plus 11, making it 24.
That'll hit.
40, 12, 2, 10, 14, 18 points of radiant damage.
Alrighty.
And after that, Daytona is going to click at the sides of Hornet and just go, one more rush. And we'll move 60 feet plus 20 more on a dash. And as an action, no, it's not using a spell. Because Crown of Stars, when you cast it
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
use it
So
as
go ahead
attack,
and use your action.
cure wounds at the 4th level on Goo.
Okay.
I need to remember 7 was what I had last, so 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 plus 5, making that 21 points of healing toward Goo.
Okay. Goo is up and prone at 21 hit points. Alrighty.
I will go ahead and use the remainder of Hornet's Dash. I only used 20
My-
feet of it.
Can you still
So-
attack? Or
No, he cannot.
Oh, if he's gonna use his reaction, he'll use
He already used
reaction.
his reaction.
already
He,
did.
he counterspelled.
oh
right.
yeah.
So we're just gonna use 40 feet of that 60 that remains out of that dash back to where I was.
Alrighty.
What the fuck you gonna do about it?
Where's Goo? There's Goo. Alright, Goo up from prone for half his movement. And as Chris would say, smacky smacky. Monk Spade first. Okay, the first Monk Spade, I rolled a 3 plus 13, which is gonna miss. Second Monk Spade is gonna hit, however. So 9 plus 1, so 10. And then Flurry of Blows.
I just knocked a die over and it rolled a 1. Is that a bad sign?
Shut up.
Well, I mean, it's erroneous and also it doesn't count.
No, but is it a bad sign?
No, it's
Goo
fine.
hits with one of his Flurry of Blows, because again I rolled a 3 and a 19. So D8.
Wait, is Holy Aura still up?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. So that's 8 plus 5, which is 13. Okay.
Yeah, Luke, actually, you probably do need to put up a counter at some point to see how many turns you have left
Well,
Alright.
not the
on
gauntlet.
Holy Aura.
Did Goo get any attacks in that would allow him to deny Bael?
Yeah. He already denied reactions. And Goo's gonna fucking run. Into the Holy Aura for protection. Alright. Narzagon's turn. So the plan to dominate a cleric failed. However, the Narzagon will move over to Bael and use its 1-a-day heal
What?
to heal Bael for 100 hit points.
Of course,
Yay!
because the other guy was, oh, I'll care about myself, but this guy,
This is
this
his
guy,
literal
he's more wholesome.
This is his literal overlord. Like, this is the man who he reports to.
Can it heal like?
Yes, it can heal
allies?
any ally. It can heal any
Yeah.
ally, but it can only do that heal once a day.
That's what Eric was saying. Like
Yeah.
it had a choice between healing itself and its nightmare, and it chose itself.
Yeah. Heal.
Fuck.
Heal 1 a day. The Narsagon or one creature it touches regains up to 100 hit points.
Yep. All that work just got burnt away. Awesome.
I mean, he still can't heal on his turn because you guys did radiant damage, so you know, there's that. So how far was that? That was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. He didn't even have to get that close. He could have just gone there. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Uses his action to heal. Bosco. Yeah, because he'd just go for the closest distance, so he wouldn't really care about distance. So Bosco will get an attack of opportunity as he goes ahead and uses the Nightmare uses its last 20 feet to get to Ezreal. Bosco gets attack of opportunity with his bite attack, which is going to hit. Do you want him to target the Narzagon, or do you want him to target the Rider, or the Rider, or the Nightmare?
Has to
one?
be the nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Sorry, that was a D. So 8 plus 10. Go Bosco. 23. Plus lightning is 27. The Nightmare is almost dead. Because that fucking damage from Bosco. And then it's going to make a hoof attack against you, Ezreal. And has to make a con save against the blind effect.
Stop it, that was my hooves.
Stop it. That's going to be a 20 unnatural. Does that
That
save?
does not.
Alright, so
That
it's
does
blinded.
not.
No, against your spell DC.
Oh, my spell DC. Match.
Okay, so straight roll then. That's gonna be a 21.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that missed I thought you had a 22 for some reason.
21.
Okay. Here comes the hoof. Here comes the hoof. Here comes the hoof. It's gonna be 14 points of bludgeoning damage and 7 points of fire damage, so 21 DC is 10 for your Holy Aura.
Wait, 20. What?
You take 21 damage total, the DC is 10 for your Holy Aura.
Okay.
You're rolling out 1.
No, but I got a 6.
Okay, Holy Aura is dropped.
Does
Okay.
Holy Aura give you advantage?
Does it? It might.
No, it does it?
On saves, yeah.
Yes. Roll again.
Roll again. Remember your spells.
That Bobin.
It doesn't matter, does it?
It's a 17.
Okay. Remember your spells, for God's sake.
Spell card.
See, Eric, I forget my spells because I have to remember other people's spells.
Sticky is hard, Eric.
Exactly. Alright, Bael's turn. We'll cast Plane Shift and leaves.
Can he, please?
One could hope.
It's so meta, but I can't remember what Ophelia rolled for the importance.
I just look over and I see the back of the DM, look at the book.
I have
I'm like,
one
oh,
last.
what the
I have
fuck
one
is he
last
doing back
bonus.
there?
It's a high roll. It is a guaranteed 2 hit if I use it.
It's a net 20.
No, it is not a nat 20. It's very close.
Decisions to be made. This is where the DM has to contemplate choices.
To kill us, yeah.
I have been waiting for this moment to cast Meteor Storm.
It throws meatballs on us. It's a meteor storm.
He still has 2 one-a-day spells that I haven't used. I'm trying to decide what the best option is.
Use the best one-a-day spell, Hallucinatory Terrain.
Okay, fuck you, Israel.
Thanks. Is it because of my meteor shower joke?
No, because you're a healer.
Okay.
You're a healer and he couldn't dominate you. Alright, first of all, I'll roll my 2 saves again for Constitution against the Holy Aura. 30 and 20.
With advantage, though.
That's advantage for him. Because Bael has advantage against magical effects.
Okay.
Both of the attacks are in the 3s.
Wow.
Nice. Well, I don't feel like hitting this person that much.
No. Both the attacks are in the 3s. Like in
Oh.
the three T's.
Oh.
I see.
15 points of piercing damage and 14 points of necrotic damage. So 29, your DC to beat is 14 for Holy Aura for the first hit. At advantage, because you have the Holy Aura.
What was it?
14.
14. That's 18.
Alright. Second hit. 16 plus 12, 28. And roll.
Just need to beat a 14.
Advantage. Advantage.
Oh,
That's a 7.
Holy Aura is down.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for us, boys.
It's okay. He has no reactions, right?
No,
he cannot,
it's a fresh turn.
until the end of his turn.
I thought Goo hit him with a thing, so that was denied.
He does,
until
but
the
I think that's only till the end of Bael's next turn.
the end of the monk's next turn.
Oh, the monk's next turn. Okay, yeah, Bael still can't.
Otherwise, it would be useless.
True.
Okay. I didn't realize what you meant by taking reactions away. But now that you said that, yeah.
Alright, Ophelia.
Chain lightning on Narzagon, Horus, Bael.
Okay. Horse can't make it. Horse can't live. So Horse
Okay.
is dead.
Bye, horse.
What is the roll for chain lightning? It is 10d8.
Fuck, I need to check on my broth.
Not your Ross.
My broth, my chicken stock. You fool.
That's a 19.
Rough.
I think doesn't meet.
No,
meet
it
DC.
does not. No.
All right, and for Bael, guess what, David? Bael uses his first legendary resistance.
Way!
So that's 10.
How about that?
Didn't he use that a couple times last
He
time?
has not used a single legendary
10.
resistance.
No.
16,
He used a lot of legendary actions,
24.
but he didn't use any legendary resistances.
Right.
34, 30, 37, 40, and the last one is 6, 46.
46. Oh god, that Narzagon is in a lot of pain.
Fuck you!
46 and then 23 to Bael. Alrighty.
And then I'm gonna go down and heal Goo up slightly.
Gotcha.
Well, move me somewhere around like here-ish.
Boom.
Yeah. And then I fly back up, obviously.
Okay.
And Goo heals for. Let's see, how much does he heal for? 10. That one's cocked. God damn it. 16.
Alright, let's get through all these really quick. So Trant will move to put himself between, so you guys have some cover. 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. Smacky smacks. Miss. Miss. Hit with both and hit with both. Okay. So this is gonna be 4d10 plus 24, 34, 44. 44 points of damage to that treant. Nathan.
Is it useful to anyone if I prone this guy?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to bonus action last crown of stars at advantage. Does 19 hit?
19 will hit.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll take it. And then rolling up again. Crown of stars. Okay. 18. Okay.
18 damage.
Yeah, 18 radiant damage. It's something against Bael.
Okay.
And then I will. Yeah, I'm going to Eldritch Blast all 4 against him, I think. Like, there's no particular reason not to.
Okay.
21, 25, crit, 19.
All 4 will hit. Roll that damage.
2 damage.
What beautiful
6
bean
damage.
footage.
16. So 2, 6, 16. So 24 altogether. And then the last one, 1. Sadness. Okay.
25 damage altogether.
Yeah. And I'm going to keep moving forward.
Okay. Diagonal, I assume?
More. Well,
Does Bael look hurt at all now?
Yeah, of course he does. He looked hurt even after the healing. You guys are wailing on him.
I basically want to get to about here. I'm just like underneath the Pegasus and Daytona.
That's within 120. So as you start running closer, you look down and your shell is giving off a soft glow now.
Fair. Okay.
You know that being a resident of Roselake for as long as you have been, you still have that symbol on your shell that allows you admittance into Roselake, and that's the part that's glowing right now.
Yeah. Right, that's it.
Bone Devil. Bone Devil, Bone Devil, Bone Devil. Bone Devils are so cool looking. Like, they're such interesting creatures.
Yeah.
3 attacks. Both of those are going to hit with its claw, and then its stinger is going to miss. 1d8. 2d8. So 7 plus 11. So 18 points of damage. Alrighty. As
No reactions, right?
Bael can't.
And
No,
before
it's a
you
dog
forget,
cat.
Luke, remember you have a lost champion on the field.
I do have a lost champion on the field. Yeah. Do we know if the Narzagon can the Narzagon counterspell?
No, it cannot.
You don't know. It
It
hasn't
cannot.
yet. It hasn't yet. Whether or not it has the ability to is a different story.
60. Should I risk it, lads?
Risk it for a chocolate biscuit. For Narnia.
I'm asking you. Everyone, should I risk it, or should I go for a lower one?
For Narnia.
If you have something that will do some hefty damage,
Or
now's
if you,
time.
yeah, I don't know if you're risking it in terms of like banishment or something. Like,
No. I mean,
Or
everyone's
if you have a
dying.
situation where you're like, heal everyone, again, that's in the opposite direction. Like, that'll work too.
Alright.
What I'm saying is, there should not be a risk.
Let's heal.
Ah, you're gonna cast your 9th level?
Yeah.
Counter
no
spell.
rea-
No, I'm joking. Alright, so Ezra just hit the reset button on this fight.
Reset button. He gets the
Health-wise.
reset button. We get a reset button.
Hey, he didn't get a reset button. What are you talking about?
He is 100 HP.
This is lies and slander.
I want a recount, Eric.
Hmm.
I want a recount. He's suing.
Yep. Alright. Everyone go back to full HP.
Including Bosco and Goo, which...
And Hornet.
Oh yeah, I've already got that covered.
Yay.
Finish the fight.
Bael will use a legendary action to teleport. At the end of his
Bitch.
turn. You will go this way. Yeet. There you go. Bosco will chase him down.
Good boy.
What a good boy.
3 attacks. He'll choose his claws this time because the extra d6 of lightning isn't really doing much for him. Natural 20, 27, and a miss.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Bosco adult. Bosco adult. So 13 plus 10, 23 halved to 11. Second legendary action, teleports again. Yes, he is retreating at this point because you've literally reset this entire fight, and he doesn't have enough, and he's smart enough as a tactician to know when he's lost a fight.
Oog.
All right, so Dayton.
We're gonna see what happens
So-
here. So this is movement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see... Because everything is 10 feet now, it's one of those... Yeah, I would have to get closer.
You can do dash with Hornet and then use your spell.
Oh, that's the idea. I just wanted to see whether or not I can get in range of him first before I could dash.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm giving you a 19 on your hit if you're doing your moat.
I am. Good call.
Okay.
So 19 plus 11, making
So 30,
it
that'll hit.
30.
And that's my
12?
last. That's my last one.
2, 6, 15, plus 12, 27 points of radiant damage.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Do I?
Do you?
Would I know which direct? Of course I know which direction he's teleporting. He's just teleporting all the way to the right.
Mm-hmm. Teleporting to the right. Teleporting to the right. Teleporting to the right.
But I can't exactly use my action since I've already. Well, no, I could use my action to see if there's anything beyond there that he could be retreating to.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Do I though?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I will.
Okay. Perception check.
It's a risky gamble, but if I can get one more turn, I might be able to do something. It was a risky gamble, and I failed.
What'd you roll?
That is a 3. Plus, shouldn't matter because I'm not a master of perception. So 6.
Unfortunately, no.
All I would know is he's going that away.
Initiative count 20. Okay. So a portal is going to open here. Or up here, sorry. And more of his minions are going to come in. This is more Maragon. Specifically 3 Maragon, because I didn't roll very well. Before the portal closes, because this is technically end of the turn, Bael looks at all of you and is going to give you a smile, as he is lawful evil. You have my respect, favored few. And I'm sure you'll give Tremor more than a run for his money. But as for me, I must return home. Let the idiot fight his own war. And he's gonna...
He knows our names.
He's gonna use his last teleport to go through the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
At which point, as he teleports, you watch as all the demons kind of look back, including the Narzagon. Not really sure what to do in this moment. Because they haven't been given a retreat order at this point.
You people stay and die. It's a risk I'm willing to take. But sir, the war's over. It's a risk
This
I'm
guy
willing
willing
to
to
take.
take.
I'm just gonna use a free action to do. To the.
Go ahead and... this is gonna sound weird. Make a group intimidation check.
Oh, easy peasy. Should Hornet be involved in this? I don't. Unless you want
Sure,
to
why
add that
not?
involved.
Let Hornet be involved. Every active
it'd be
party
really
member.
stupid.
Every active
why not?
party member.
Okay, so that's
Okay,
My
that is
theory-
a 19 plus 11 for Daytona for
Reroll.
30.
okay. I burned one of my luckies. I rolled worse, so I have a 19 for intimidation.
Hornet rolled a 2, has a charisma of -2.
It's a horse.
It's a horse.
Okay, what did
Damn.
everybody roll? Nathan?
11.
11. Dayton?
I told you I rolled a 19 plus
Okay.
11, that's 30.
Alright, Ezra?
7.
Did, oh, I have to roll for Bosco. Natural 20 for Bosco.
Did he natural 20?
Nat 20.
Yes.
My most feared enemy. Not the guys hitting me with bows of light, but that thing.
Oh, there's lightning in his
The
mouth.
creature
and
protecting
death
his
in
homeland,
eyes.
and the
okay,
fucking
what
woman
did
on
you
a
roll?
horse.
What did you roll? What did you roll, Ophelia?
19 because my intimidation's bad. I used lucky and I rolled a 5. I was like, ooh. I think I'll take my first roll. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
All right. So the Narzagon is going to, on its turn, as Goo will also just kind of do the same thing as you, Ezreal, though. Towards him. I didn't roll for Goo. Hang on. Goo got a 19. That's a flat 19. So the Narzagon is going to go ahead and reach onto his side, and he will pull out this dark onyx-looking horn, and he will... And you will watch as the demons start, or the devils begin retreating. It's up to you guys if you want to pursue them or let them escape through a portal.
Nah.
There's no way that we know.
What's
Like,
on
is
the
it
other
like
side?
is there a portal that's just like active now?
Are you gonna let them get over to this side? Because they are all retreating. It's up to you guys if you want to let them retreat.
Why prolong this?
Yeah.
If they're running, they're running.
All right. So the other
Yeah.
one. So it'll
I would
once
say
he'll.
in character it shouldn't, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So once again, he'll kind of blow the horn, like for quite a while, about 5 seconds this time, as opposed to the quick cry for retreat. As he blows it, you watch as the portal slowly begins to apparate, and all of them will, including this bone devil, make their way through. It doesn't matter how many units they get at this point. And I'm assuming Ophelia maintains concentration enough on the Hellfire engine that it just goes back to the 9 hells.
Banishment is so good.
Yeah, the second Bael has a +5, almost a +6 to intelligence. He knows when a fight is lost.
Yeah, I was going to chase him down, and if I didn't have enough range, I was gonna jump down from my horse, Featherfall, and chase him to level 8 chain lightning on him.
So, I mean,
Like
you guys...
I had a thought if he kept teleporting out of the way, I was gonna dimension door in front of him.
I mean, all
Just
things
for the
considered, you
extra
guys...
ones, but-
All things considered, I will switch back to roleplay mode. Because you guys just stood toe-to-toe with the Archdevil of War and his army of devils. And won.
Won the battle, but not the war.
Although presumably Bael wants nothing more to do in this war, as he said as he just called Tremor an idiot and told him to fight his own war.
What a fucking cock!
I am going to fulfill my obligations to the letter of the agreement. Oh look, I've done so.
I've
done here.
Lawful evil, dude. Hey, my life is in danger. I'm just gonna. By the way, Goog got within 2 hit points of killing Bael.
Oh my god.
2 HP of the killing blow on Bael.
God damn it, I should have used one of my things on Goo. Oh.
Yeah, that's why when I rolled the damage for Goo, and it's like, okay, how much HP does he have? And because I type in, sorry, it was 3 HP. I type in 183, and I was like, how much HP does Bael have? It's like 180 something. And I turn around, 186, and I'm like, he's barely alive. I see.
Well, he's lawful evil, so hopefully we've earned his respect.
Well, yeah, he said.
I mean, he said
my
you've earned his respect. You're an adventuring
and
party
he's
who
like,
not only
I'm-
you didn't only stand against him, you stood against his armies. And
Yeah,
didn't-
it was like
didn't
Sushim said. It's
fall.
just like I have assumed my contract to the letter. I am done here. I am leaving. Goodbye.
Hey man, I mean, all he's doing is leaving one war to go continue another.
Alright, let me prep gate. Let me pull Bael out at the last
Yeah.
fight. Since we're friends now.
That's a strong word. That's a very strong word.
This fight was tough, but we did
This
it.
fight was tough.
I think it was the right call for me to lure his attention away for like fucking forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yes,
I was
yes,
wondering, like,
yes.
what the fuck you were doing.
Oh,
I was like,
it's so
the
much-
wizard should not be pulling solo operations. Get back, no.
Yeah. Hey,
Yo,
it was because of
I'm
that. It was because of that solo operation that Bael managed to be distracted for a while.
yeah. Like the only reason I can pull solo operations like that is because of the banner. If it wasn't for the banner, I would not be able to last that long.
Yep,
I healed.
He returns to the Nine Hells to continue the blood war.
Yep.
Oh man, dude, I had Dominate Monster. I had Symbol. I didn't even use Wall of Fire.
Yo, my fucking ninth level got eaten.
It's true.
bad.
By
I-
counterspell.
Dude, my
Oh.
ninth levels have been so lame. What's your
Man.
ninth level? I summon a horse. Okay. What's your second ninth level? I got counterspelled.
All right. So we're gonna continue because we actually have 4 players.
Okay.
So
I didn't know if
Um,
you wanted us to continue or not with Chris, since
it's okay. Chris can continue. It's okay. We can continue without Chris in this moment. Just in this
If we-
moment, though.
Yeah, if we are continuing, I will just kind of
But,
as
like-
soon as they've disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna run over to Goo and give him a hug.
Goo will kind of smile and hug you as well.
Yeah.
That was difficult.
I don't know what you're fucking talking about. I mean, it's not like any of us were near the threshold of death.
Yeah, you're not the. Yeah, you know, I was gonna say something, but you also got to experience what it was like to get crushed in his literal palm.
No, I mean, it was like a warm and cozy hug. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just gonna
Well,
fly down next to Dean. Well, that was exhilarating. Is that how you feel riding hornets?
Not so much the flying part. Not unless I wanted to, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to the one time, and then it said no.
Oh,
It-
that Pegasus put in so much work.
it really did. So you guys making your way up to the tree as Nathan, your symbol begins glowing, and you hold it up. You watch as the barrier around the doorway specifically opens.
If there's enough time, I would like to quietly let the treant know to go and perhaps recruit a few more.
So this treant was unfortunately animated through the animate tree ability of a treant. So it's a treant in stats, but it's not a treant in structure, and doesn't have the ability to spawn more trees.
Okay.
It is essentially a mindless puppet following what the last orders of its master was. So what
Okay.
it does is it will kind of just root itself there as a defender.
All right. And then onto the tree.
So as you go ahead and you hold the symbol up and the doorway opens, you will hear what sound like panicked gasps as the door opens. And you make your way inside to see...
Very carefully making sure I am the first one through.
Yeah.
No
So you
one
make your
gets-
way in. You see Nathan, the first one to see, is a group of survivors, other druids, many of them injured. Among them, maybe about 10 or 20 civilians. And then you see the Archdruid Moonseeker looking like she is pale as a ghost. Sweat running down her face continuously. And you can see her hands and eyes are... There's no like panicked look on her face. There's a very stern look on her face. Her eyes are glowing, as are her hands. And you get the sense in the moment she is completely concentrating on keeping this barrier up. And for a lot of you, based on just... You get the sense the spell that she has going probably wasn't intended to be going as long as it is going. And she's putting a lot of her own energy into maintaining it. Which is probably the reason she wasn't coming out to help you guys, is she had to put all of her attention here. But eventually all of you will enter. The Moonseeker does not acknowledge, but one of these civilians, someone you haven't met before, Nathan, comes over to all of you. Maybe a male, maybe in his upper teens. approaches you all and says, what's going on out there? Is it finally over?
Thankfully, yes.
Bael,
Appears so.
when does army retreated?
You see him, like, semi-distrusting, kind of peeks his head out, watches for a moment, looks back and says, everyone, they're gone. They're gone. These people saved us. And you hear the entire you see everyone in the tree that's able to, like, gives a big smile. From a quiet state to a very loud clapping and cheering.
Ezra, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you contact everyone else if all the other armies have retreated?
Yeah. I'll ask the Naga, not the Naga, the priest, the priest we were just there with.
Tayo?
Yeah.
Tayo. What do you say to him? You know you can't get away out of this easily.
I know. Bael has retreated back to the Hells. Have the armies retreated where you are?
You have.
Tayo. If that's all you want to say. Tayo will respond. No. However, they seem to be keeping a much stricter perimeter. Not by the church. I'm not sure what's going on. Wait, did you just say and it'll cut off?
You better not have said ball, goddammit.
No. He's saying you get the sense he's about to say, wait, did you just say Bael retreated? But it cut off before he could finish the sentence. As if, like, in that moment the full weight of what you just said hit him.
I'll ask my dad too.
So you'll contact him. It'll take a moment before you'll hear. I'm assuming you say the same thing to him?
Yeah.
You... First of all, I am... at a loss for words. Yes. With the house's help, we had enough to push the army away. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, after that message, wipe away her tears and, explain.
Yeah, as you hear, you get a second message from him. When this is done, and we've achieved victory, we must have a talk. I think it's time for the church to change hands.
But
By the way, that's 3 in response.
I'm keeping
But
track.
Locate.
You, I can't refuse such a wonderful gift. Thank you.
All right. No response back, but you send that message off as Moonseeker comes out of her trance to the cheers and claps as people come over and the men grab your arms, some of them hugging you tightly in thanks, others just staying at the back and clapping. You see a few people come over to you, Nathan, folks you've met but you don't quite remember, come over to you and give handshakes and thanks to you. You see the Moonseeker. Oh, did you want to say something? Go ahead.
I'm looking around for specifically Leora and Alioth just in case.
As
Just
you
like I'm being pleasant enough to them, but I'm also like looking around for.
As you look around, you do see Leora. She's currently kind of, both of them together are kind of just sat together. The reality of what's happened still seemingly hitting them, but smiles on their faces. And because of your smaller stature, due to the sheer mass of the crowd that's gathered around you, they haven't quite seemed to fully taken notice of you.
It's true. I'm definitely waist high on most of these folks. So.
Speaking of tall, Hildy anywhere?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
As Moonseeker comes out of her trance, she kind of slumps against the back of her chair, panting, looks at all of you, smiles, and says, "Thank goodness you've come. I wasn't sure just how much longer I could maintain that." You see in her exhausted state, a smile comes across her face as she almost forces herself out of the chair.
It's okay. Sit.
She'll hold a hand up and smile. "Thank you, favored few, for coming to our aid. We owe you a debt that's far greater than anything I think we could grant. You've saved many lives this day, and my only regret is that I could not save more."
There are still others that could use your help if possible.
Well, we need time to rebuild, but know that you have our support in the coming fight. And we'll do whatever we can. And as she says this, you watch as she looks back at some of the other druids and says, "If indeed the tide of war has passed, it is time that we move and begin making proper arrangements for those we have lost." And they all nod. As the cheers die down, they all nod, and you see even the people here start getting up to begin assisting. As they begin gathering, you see that there's a small section, a small room that was used to bring in some bodies so that way they wouldn't be eaten or turned. As they pull them all out, all of you see a very familiar Furbolg druid with large scorch marks across her chest and pierce marks where lances broke her flesh. The still corpse of Hildy.
Oh man.
As you all kind of look at this, Moonseeker looks at all of you and says, "She fought bravely. and did everything that she could to protect us. She got a lot of people here. She won't be forgotten. As they begin carting the bodies out. And the people inside slowly begin following the druids. Nathan, as the crowd dissipates, your family takes notice. And you see your little girl runs over to you and wraps her arms around you tightly. And she says, Dad, I'm so happy to see you.
It's good to be back, kiddo. And you are keeping your mom safe. That's what matters as well.
She smiles widely and nods. As your wife comes over, leans down, leans over, gives you a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I'm so glad you're okay.
I'm so glad that you made it back. This was straining, but you are safe, and
We're
we
fine.
are.
Yes.
And we showed a bit of a bullish person that this was not a place for him.
She takes a moment and just in appreciating the fact that not only are they alive, but you're safe. And says, well, I think we should see if our home still stands for the moment. And if it does, I'm going to have a lovely meal prepared for you.
That sounds honestly marvelous. I'll go and get firewood, and we'll see what we can do.
Of course. And she'll hoist your daughter up, kind of hold her close, and they'll make their way outside. As she leaves, Moonseeker will say, Nathan.
Yes.
Knowing...
And he,
Go ahead.
he will bow politely to her, because this has been a long day, but it's sort of a touchstone to him. Like the people he's polite to, like there's friendship and there's also respect, and this is a time for both, because
You're
this
right.
is a wild day.
She'll smile and say, you don't need to be so formal, you know. But I think perhaps your services here in Roselake take a lower precedent to the greater matter at hand.
I think I agree, but we will have to discuss that. It's not just me. And he sort of nods at where Alioth and Leora have headed on, because
Right.
I'm guessing Moonseeker probably knows at least some of the situation there.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like at least how I interpret it, I feel like she'd be one of the only people who you would trust with that situation.
Yeah.
And she'll say, we will discuss it. And if it would put your mind at ease, I don't know how comfortable you are with me speaking openly, even though we are in the midst of friends.
These folk, I have it on good authority, and I'll make a gesture like she knows
Right.
that we can be frank with them.
Right. She'll motion for all of you to come join her at the table.
Yep. That works.
Where does your next step take you from here?
We still have to assess the situation over at other important places. We'll hopefully know by the end of the day.
All right. She'll say, well, I cannot be there to accompany you. At least not at present, while we at least get some of Roselake back into functioning order. As said, you have my sincerest thanks for everything you all have done. She looks at you, Nathan. I understand, Nathan, your hesitations. And I know that with situations being as they are, you worry. And she looks at you, all of you. I think, at least for me personally, I do not want to put words in your mouths. I think the favored few need all the help they can get.
Yes.
I can personally see to it that your daughter is kept safe. I can have the residents moved closer to the central tree, so that way at the first sight of anything I can be there to respond.
Many thanks. That does ease the burden.
You've done a lot of service for our community. Hang on. Mama, I got hamburger and chips.
Burger.
Many of us would have done the same.
Though that is true, many of us do not possess the same capabilities as you.
Unusual circumstance, really. But
She looks at all of you. If you do indeed need friends in your ranks, I would ask that, Nathan, you continue accompanying them, and to see this war to the end, if it would behoove you.
Of course.
If you will have me, and as long as it is cleared with the people whose lives would be most affected.
Of course.
Taking risks, you all understand, for various reasons, I make a point of not taking too many risks because I'm sort of the water carrier for another person's fate temporarily. And if I fall, the original recipient gets it. So this is rather a big deal. It's not just my life. So I'm definitely on board if you will have me. But not going off without getting things in order first.
Of course. We need to take the time to rest up anyway.
There's no room for failure where we're at.
And there are very few groups I have seen trying so hard and for so long to do the right thing, even after failures have occurred. And it is genuinely an honor to be working with such determined and honorable people.
Pot, meet the kettle. He's black.
Yes, well, that too, but...
And I would like to extend something of my own. She'll reach underneath the cloth, and you see she will pull out what looks to be a stone with a small pulsating green orb in the center of it. She'll pull it off. I have kept this, and it has been with my family for several generations to be given as a gift to any we see as worthy. Unfortunately, it is a gift that I can only grant to a single individual.
Let it be family.
I'm afraid.
Daytona will look over at Goo.
Goo will lean. Goo's like kind of staying to the back and leaning against a wall. He's not really saying anything in this moment. She looks at him. Says, "My gift can only be given to ones of magical affinity. And though he is somewhat attuned to the nature of magic, I feel it would be better put in another's hands."
So me, Ezreal.
She will kind of walk over to you for a moment, Ezreal, and you see her hand kind of just gently rests upon your shoulder. And for the first time for any of you, you see that Ezreal's body starts to shimmer with a soft green aura. And the gemstone as well begins to glow. And all of you, kind of omnipresent just here. And she'll kind of pull her hand away and say, "It seems one has already bestowed a great gift upon you." And she will walk over to you, Ophelia. And look over at you as well and say, Daytona or Dayton, which do you prefer?
Well, it's been a while since we've last had proper conversation. It's Daytona
Daytona.
until I return home.
She'll hold the gemstone in her hand and say, "This boon that I can grant will gift one of you with the ability of expediting the process of casting your magics. And I would like to know which one of you would like to accept it."
Expediting.
I'm assuming it means taking action spells, making them bonus actions. And that becomes problematic for me because bonus actions with the Crown of Stars typically is my go-to when it comes to solo activities.
A wizard!
Yeah, I think the wizard might be the best.
The wizard!
She will. Are you guys deciding, Ophelia?
Nathan's like already just looking directly at her, just like,
Like a puppy.
no, I mean like the obvious choice, like,
Yeah.
Oh, at Ophelia.
Mhm.
Okay.
And she will ask you to hold a hand out, Ophelia.
Obviously. I'll hold my hand out.
She'll take your hand and she'll rest the gem into your palm. And she'll concentrate for a moment. You watch as her body begins to glow with that same greenish energy. And she'll focus for a moment and say, "By power and right of my family lineage, I bestow this boon upon you, that it may take you further in your battles, and that it may aid you in your darkest times. Use it well." And she will take her fingers and sort of from the gem run them up the length of your arm. And as it does so, you watch as the small swirling sphere in the middle exits the gem and enters into Ophelia's body. And you see that same soft glow encompass Ophelia. And Ophelia, you've been granted the boon of quick casting Choose one of your first through third level spells that has a casting time of 1 action. It's now a bonus action for you.
One of my first and or
First
third
through
level.
third. So first through third level spells, any one of them is now a bonus action casting for you.
1, 2, or 3. Hell yeah.
And if you're gonna be a crazy wizard, you can do that for free, like.
Crazy wizard.
And I think that is where we're going to go ahead and leave off for tonight, because I don't want to leave without giving Chris the opportunity to talk to his mom. So anyway, thank you guys so much
As a bonus action.
for coming along. David's like, I have options.
Looks at all my first and third level spells. That's a lot of them.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next Saturday to continue on the story. And if you couldn't guess it, Sushep is going to be joining us for the remainder of this campaign.
Yay, 5 characters! Is that what it takes?
If only I had that spell. Oh.
So anyway, bye everyone. Have a great
Good
day.
night, everybody.
If only I had
Social
that spell,
media is
it'd be
blah blah.
Social media is
Good
blah
night,
blah,
everybody.
everything. Good night.